People, let me tell you about my best friend. He's a warm-hearted person who loved me till the end. People, let me tell you about my best friend. He's a one-boy cuddly toy, my up, my down, my pride and joy. People, let me tell you about him. He's so much fun. Whether we're talking man to man or whether we're talking sun to sun, 'cause he's my best friend. Yeah, he's my best friend. La la, ba da 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 ya, ba da 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 ba, ba da 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 ya, ba da da People, let me tell you about my best friend. He's a warm-hearted person who loved me till the end. People, let me tell you about my best friend. He's a one-boy cuddly toy, my up, my down, my pride and joy. People, let me tell you about him. He's so much fun. Whether we're talking man to man or whether we're talking sun to sun, 'cause he's my best friend. Yeah, he's my best friend. La la, ba da 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 ya, ba da 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 ba, ba da 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 ya, ba da People, let me tell you about my best friend. He's a warm-hearted person who loved me till the end. People, let me tell you about my best friend. He's a one-boy cuddly toy, my up, my down, my pride and joy. People, let me tell you about him. He's so much fun. Whether we're talking man to man or whether we're talking sun to sun, 'cause he's my best friend. Yeah, he's my best friend.
That's been in my head for so long. My best friend. What's up, Turtle Riders? Welcome to the live show, ladies and gentlemen. I am your fearless leader here. They call me Uncle Turtleboy around these parts. We do have this set up for Rumble. I just realized I might be on the wrong channel. Let me see if I can get that. Just check out our Rumble. You can watch it on Rumble or you can watch it on YouTube, whatever you prefer. We are going to try to do the last Q&A on our locals channel. I did a pregame show explaining how to get on there. So, yeah. Okay. So, anyway, guys, welcome to the live show, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys, I have to, since I'm starting this stream all over, I don't know what happened to that last one. It got cut off. But if you would, where'd it go? I am going to put the link to the Donos in the comments right here. Or which one are we in? Here it is. All right, cool. I'm putting it right there and in that message. Okay, cool. All right, if you guys like the program and you would like to donate to it, feel free to click on that link that I just put there. We are demonetized on YouTube, been that way for over a year, and we're doing just fine without it, quite frankly. So we built our own super chat function. It's called Turtle Chat. You can donate whatever amount of money you want. When you do that, you get to write a message. I will get an email notification. I will bring it up on my big screen for the world to see. So you can write whatever you want on your Turtle Chat. Give a shout out to your boys. Maybe somebody maybe somebody is a crazy bitch who, I don't know, stalked you for a year and a half, posted naked pictures of you, and is generally obsessed with you because of who you associate with, and you want to call them out. That would be the perfect opportunity to do that, is on Turtle Chat. So again, it's pinned to the top there. You can donate whatever amount of money you want. I will get a email notification when that happens. Or I'm also Cash App. Cash App's probably easier. So you guys can do Cash App too if you'd like. And I will get a notification on my phone if you donate on the Cash App. So we're going to jump right into it. Let me bring up Deb. We have a couple. So we're going to have two co-hosts tonight and a special guest. So let me bring up here. First, we got Deb Z and we got Lauren Laguna. How you guys doing tonight?
Good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Yeah,
You're
Good. I'm feeling good about tonight.
Feeling good. Excellent.
Today was a good day.
Today was a good.
That's a big risk.
Yeah, today was a good day. So we are going to be getting into everything that happened, and you guys have been following this pretty closely. It's been a pretty wild 48 hours here, to say the least. And I think things are starting to catch up to Miss Krusty Panties there. It's not going very well for her. Let's just put it that way. So for those of you guys unfamiliar, last night I went up and I agreed to meet with the gentleman who goes by the name Irish Demon on YouTube. He has a YouTube channel. It's got, like, I'll bring it up right now on my screen over here so you guys can see what it's like on, where'd my stream go? There it is. Share screen. So yeah, this is Irish Demon, and let's see, where's his channel? Here it is. So the other night he did a stream where I jumped on, like he was kind of crapping on me a little bit, and I think this is one. This is one he's like, I'm shipping up to Boston. I'm going to see.
Won't we? Is that not just the best way to deal with this? Will we just see on Saturday how tough you are? Will you just come and face me? Will you even have the balls to come and face me and just talk to me?
I think I will.
I don't think you will.
I did.
Would you have the balls to get handy with me? I'm pretty sure you absolutely wouldn't.
No
I've
interest.
seen a video of you being an absolute fucking pussy when somebody confronted you.
You've seen me being handy, but not that way.
Anyway.
Yeah.
I'm not that guy. I'm the guy with the fucking balls. You must have me confused.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, so when people in fairness to him, I think that he and would you say, Lauren and Deb, would you guys agree he misevaluate? I feel like he's been fed lies about who I am and what I do.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, like he's totally lost.
Oh, yeah. He seems like. Do you guys think he's a nice enough person? Do you trust him?
I don't know him, so I can't really trust him. But it seems like he does this. Do you know what I mean? Like that's his deal. It's kind of his job. Yeah, more or less. And it seems like it's not his first rodeo. So
yeah,
that's good.
He has literally flown across the world multiple times to like challenge people, including Chili, who I guess didn't show up when he challenged him in Kentucky or something. I don't know. But he's probably used to people not showing up, but I'm like, you're an hour away. If you're going to fly here from Dublin on a whim like that, I'm going to show up out of respect more than anything. Because I respect a certain amount of crazy, and that's crazy. And I do have a respect for that. So I showed up there. And more importantly, I think I just want to I like meeting people. I feel like when you get into these YouTube dramas and Discord dramas, it's so easy to
forget humans exist.
To hate people, and it's just unhealthy. It's an unhealthy way to live. I feel like when two people meet up face to face, they realize they have more in common than they realize. And also I wanted to have a conversation with them just to let them know, like, okay, buddy, you have a YouTube channel. You obviously have a lot of viewers on there. You have a pretty loyal audience. That's cool. I think you have the wrong impression of who I am. I think you've been fed misinformation and you've been lied to. And I am here to set the record straight. I'm also here to answer any questions that you have about me because, I'm not a perfect person by any means, but I'm not this villain that you've been led to believe I am. I'm not a bad person. I don't go out of my way to hurt innocent people. I actually do the opposite. I expose people doing bad things regularly on my blog and on this YouTube channel, which I use to supplement the blog. And, let's have a discussion about that. And so he did have some questions, and we spoke for about, guys, when I got there, and I did a stream last night explaining this, but when I first got there, I got there at 6:20. I got there late because there was a huge accident on the 95 exit, which I didn't even have to get on 95. I just had to get on the 95 exit just to get right.
I hate that, dude. So it just screwed with you, even though it wasn't your exit.
Yeah. So like I had to get off, and it was like, it took me like 30 minutes to go 2 miles. So I was like 20 minutes late, and I get in there, and he starts walking over to me. It's kind of down like a hallway, and I see the bar at the end. He starts walking over to me, and I'm like, "Oh, what's up, man?" And he's like, his name's Sean. I'm like, "Nice to meet you, man. How you doing?" And then I see there's two women at the bar, and they have their backs turned to me, and one is blonde, and the other is brunette with like some blonde highlights, it looks like. And I'm like,
I could tell Kate was a woman from the back.
It was borderline. I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. It was borderline.
Sorry.
And so I saw them there, and I'm like, Kate's here? I was like funny to me. I'm like, Kate's, oh, she's here? She really pulled this, huh? Because when I was streaming in, I had thrown out the idea that wouldn't that be crazy if she sabotaged this, if she jumped out of nowhere? Because people have been warning me, and I'm like, I really don't care. Like, if she shows up, which I doubt she will, I mean, whatever. Like, I'm prepared for it. But under no circumstances did I say, oh yeah, Kate's definitely going to be there. But because that's crazy behavior to be there in the first place. Like, I am meeting with this Irish demon guy who flew across the ocean to have a conversation with me, and figure we're going to talk. And these two were there. And I'm like, the first thing he did with me, he comes over, he just like, he goes like, they were in back of him. He's like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He goes, I didn't invite them. And I'm like, how did they know about getting here?
Yes, that's the thing.
That's the thing. And people are wondering about it. He said he got a ride there from somebody else, and he was with them earlier in the day. They went to
Did you mention that though ahead of time, or is that something you found out since?
Well, I knew that she was going to be taking him to the where she put the remains of her.
Okay.
16.
Whatever. However many weeks the baby was.
They took 2 cars to do that. That's weird.
They took 2 cars?
Yeah, they brought up in Kate's interview today, like that Shannon's car specifically somehow ran out of gas in the parking lot, and Kate had to drive her to the gas station with a gas can to bring back gas.
Well, that's
really weird to take 2 cars if 3 of us are gonna hang out.
Yeah. So either way, so they were there, and I don't know if he wanted them. Like, he made it seem to me, and he could be playing me for all I know. I don't know. He made it seem to me like he did not want them to be there because he didn't invite them, and they just kind of showed up. And like, I'm thinking, man, like, why not just tell them to leave or whatever? But he wanted to sit with me at a different table. He's like, he could tell. He's like, I want to have a conversation with you. And he's like, want to have a seat over here? And so we were going to sit at a table. And he's like, let me buy you a drink first. So we go to the bar, and they're right there. They just get up and walk away. Within literally 1 minute, they get up and walk away. And then him and I begin to have a conversation. And we start explain the whole history. How do you sum it all up in such a short amount of time? But you explain it as best you can. And I said, you know what? This is probably, you need to hear this from the victim. You need to hear this from the person that Kate victimized. Because I'm telling you a secondhand story here. I wasn't put through the trauma that this woman was. Okay. I didn't have, like, this woman's completely innocent. I don't have an order on 𝗵𝗵𝗃. She does. Okay. And so I said, can I call her and see if she can? He goes, would you like to speak to her? Because that was one thing. I didn't want to disrespect Irish Demon. I didn't want to sabotage him. I didn't want to have, like, what happened to me happen to him. I don't want to just show up with people. When I say I'm showing up alone, I'm showing up alone. Okay. Because I'm a man of my word, if anything. And I'm not going to bring someone there as like, aha, look what I brought with me. I'm not going to do that. And so I'm going to ask your permission. And that is exactly what I did. I asked his permission. Do you want to hear from her? He's like, yes, absolutely. He wanted to hear from her. He seemed like he was genuinely interested in hearing all sides of this and wanted to get to the bottom of it. That's what I took from him. You could be playing me for all I know, but that's how he came across to me, as a person that was looking for answers. So I called her, and she lives close by, not that close by, but she got there in like probably 25 minutes. So I'm talking about 35, 40 minutes in that range. From when I first got there, she got there that much later. Okay. And she told him everything about it. And you could tell, like, he's like definitely impacted by that. It was very clear. Now the spin have you guys seen the spin that she's put on this now? This is wild.
Let's hear it.
Yeah.
I mean, you've seen it, right? What she's been putting in the Discord. Okay.
Yeah.
So, she has been saying essentially, right, that I'll bring up some screenshots just to show you how fucking wild this is. All right. So she goes, calm down. Irish Demon pulled another masterful one. He knows how to extract info from people calmly and expertly, and he pulled a lot of information last night. So she really wants me to believe that this guy was like sabotaging me. Again, he could be for all I know. But from my take with him, like he left there understanding, like these bitches are crazy. Like, dude, these bitches. And I told him more than anything, dude, they're using you. Like that clip I showed you before, Shannon Mary's on that clip, and she basically took over his show. I'm like, you built this platform on your own, and now this random fat chick from Medfield is just like taking over, and she's playing you. And they kept posting pictures of him in Discord just to be like, I think they were driving him around. I think they were driving this guy around. And just to let him know, like, haha, they want to make it seem like this was all one big setup. Okay. But I've seen no signs of that. And, let's see, some more, there's so much in the Discord here. Okay. So this is what Kate said. Okay. So Kate says that that they were sitting outside. They sat outside like lunatics because within an hour and a half, she's posting on YouTube and she's posting on Discord, and she's saying, she's here. The victim is here. And how would you know she's here, Kate? How would you know she's here? And and this is the lie that she has been putting out there, is that I walked in with the victim, that I used the victim as a shield because I'm scared of Kate somehow. And by the way, the only thing Kate said to me, one thing, was, where's your kids? Imagine that. They're in their home, Kate, unlike yours.
Where other kids are too at this hour on a Saturday in a bar.
And don't ever, oh, stop talking about my kids. Stop. You just, like, first thing you said to me was, how are you? Like, where's your kid? The first thing was that. So don't pretend. She had nothing
planned. She totally did that. Like, you surprised her, I think. She just said whatever she had off the cuff.
Yeah.
And just spread it out. She probably realized right away that made no sense because hers not there either. And when you're in a bar and you're meeting a guy, obviously none of this lines up to have children with you.
Right. So, I'm like, okay, well, they're in their home, unlike yours, who are living with another family because you were a failure and they were taken from you. So, like, again, miss, I don't want to bring up your kids. Like, we don't need to do that. We're talking about you. Don't bring up kids if you don't want to talk about kids. Okay. You're not innocent in this. When you start, I'm a reactive type. When you bring that up to me, I go at your level. Okay. I'm not one of these guys who, like, if you want to jump in the sewer, I can jump in the sewer too. Okay. We can both do that. I'd rather not, but if that's the battlefield you choose to play on, don't cry victim later. So she claims, think of how insane this is. So she's lying when she says that, oh, I brought this woman in and used her as a shield because she has an order, right? Well, I didn't. So you left 30 or 40 minutes before she got there. So my next question is, how did Kate know she was there at all?
She's claiming Irish Demon texted her.
So
with his
Irish
international phone, that one?
Yeah,
because we can't text people.
Yeah, he couldn't text. I had to communicate with him via email. I mean, he could have used WhatsApp, but I was if he was messaging her, I would have noticed, right?
Yeah,
and
that,
of course, that's what she's saying because it's a mind fuck. Remember, this is the same woman who convinced me that my devices were hacked like 9 months ago. The same woman who 2 months ago claimed that she had a private investigator who had been following the victim around for 6 months. That turned out to be a 100% lie. So, this woman lies a lot in order to try to get in your head. And it's just, it's immature. It's mind games. It's like, what's wrong with you? So how do you know she's in there? Well, it's simple. She was sitting outside like a psychopath. Think of how fucking crazy that is to just be sitting. Talk about you're the one that ran away, Kate. You ran away before the victim got there. You had no idea the victim was going to come because I hadn't said she was. I hadn't even had plans for her to come at the time. I didn't invite her until 10 minutes into my conversation with Irish Demon. That's when I called her and invited her. So that is a complete lie. She was literally sitting outside in this parking lot like a psychopath, sitting there and noticing when the victim came in. She was stalking her. Keep in mind, the victim has a restraining order on her. She's not allowed within 100 feet of her. Okay. And this is now the narrative. Now, Kate is claiming, and we will see if this is true or not. And I doubt it's true. Okay. Kate claims that Irish Demon recorded the whole thing, our entire conversation. Do you guys believe that?
No.
No?
I don't
you believe it
legally? No, I think she's trying to like get you worried or something like she did.
I'm not worried at all.
I don't see how you could do it with nothing visible, because if you did record it and there was nothing visible, then it's illegal. Doesn't matter that it's public space. You were like stealing some sort of device.
I don't think. Go ahead.
She's claiming the recording device was somehow visible to you and that you looked at the camera.
Yeah, you were looking directly at it, and that's the thing. That's why I don't know if she was wearing glasses or anything.
So there was nothing there. There was nothing. So according to the Massachusetts statute with wiretapping, we're one of 11 states that are two-party consent states. All conversations, right, cannot be secretly recorded. If both parties are not aware that the recording has taken place, then that's wiretapping, right? And it doesn't matter if you're in public, right? Project Veritas cannot do business in Massachusetts because of our wiretapping laws. It's very hard for them because we have two-party consent laws, right? And they often use undercover things where they're recording stuff and blah, blah, blah. The police have to freaking obtain a warrant to do something like that. Like we know this better than anyone. 𝗵𝗂 𝗃𝗃 is facing a felony charge, might go to jail because she recorded Hadassah 3 or 4 years ago. So you have to tell people. It doesn't matter if you're in public. Oh, you're public. You can't wiretap just because you're in public. Are you stupid? If this is her basic, because she seems pretty convinced of it, that it's just not a big deal. So check this out. This is what she writes here. So she goes, I was there in the first place because I drove Irish Demon there with Shannon. You knew I was going to be there. You talked about it on the way to the hotel. This is her excuse. Did I say I knew she was going to be there? Did anybody hear me say that?
Not at all. You said, for all I know, like, who knows, 𝗵𝗃 𝗃𝗃s could show up. You said, you theorized, like, out loud. You never, ever said she was definitely going to be there. You're throwing out ideas, which is what we all been telling you all day. Right. Oh, my God, you were talking aloud to yourself? Whoa.
Yeah, I'm like, I never once said I knew she was going to be there. I was surprised she was there. I did not think that she would be there. I didn't think Irish Demon would do that. And he made it clear, like, according to him, I had nothing to do with this. So she goes on to say, you talked about on the way to the hotel. I know that you're human shield. Now think of how brazen you have to be to call somebody this when they have an order out against you. Like, Kate, pro tip, shut the fuck up about her. Stop talking about her. Not only does she have an order on you, right? She also, oh, by the way, I just got a notification. So she goes, this is how retarded she is. So I just got a notification. So she, where she posted on her YouTube earlier, it said, LOL, no expectation of privacy in public. So recording in public is A-okay. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Actually, let's look up the Massachusetts wiretapping statute.
Fair, like, no, like, if this weren't Massachusetts, she'd probably be right.
But it is Massachusetts.
Massachusetts, like, it's
sorry, you're in like the nanny state, like the OG nanny state. Sorry.
Like, okay, so look at, like, this is something called Google, Kate. It could be your friend. It says Massachusetts prohibits the recording, interception, use, or disclosure of any conversation, whether in person or over the telephone, without the permission of the public parties. So I must have missed the part here where they said, well, except when you're in a public place. Besides that, yeah, because Kate Peter, again, pro tip, guys, don't get your legal advice from ratchets who barely graduated from Monomoy Regional High School. That's Kate's level of education, is high school degree. And I'm not degrading anybody who just has a high school degree. That's fine, whatever. But she's not some sort of legal scholar. She knows nothing about the law. She knows. You know how I know she knows nothing about the law? Because she caught a fucking charge. Because she has a restraining order out on her. She thought she was going to beat that. She didn't. She got the full year order on her. And then she fucked around and violated the order. So now she's being criminally charged. The Boston Police Department filed a criminal complaint. She denied it was happening, but they did because they believed that there was probable cause. And guess what? The magistrate had it too. Actually, Turtleboy, if he placed his phone in plain view, exactly. But it wasn't in plain view. There was nothing. You would know. You know when someone is recording you. And on top
oh, look at this, Aiden. Look at this development. Look who's here.
Oh, LG.
Wow, this is a star-studded night already.
That's not the real her.
That would be hilarious. You think?
Okay, well.
Not your night. That's all. She just wants attention.
That is her new avatar.
Yeah, it is what it is. So you like playing around with videos like that, huh? I got videos too. So we'll see. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. We got more coming. Trust me. Don't poke. You should know better than anyone, baby girl. Don't poke the turtle. Everybody knows that. I don't know why you thought that would be a bright idea to do, but now that I'm out there, now that I'm kind of famous with that and everybody knows what I look like, quite frankly, I mean, I'm not even that embarrassed or ashamed of it, but your videos are way better, way better. So we'll cover that another time. Let's just chill out with that for a minute. But anyway, back to the story here. So where did that come from? That was wild.
Right underneath Turtle Cadet, it was just like, oh Christ, okay.
Okay, true toy. Is that even the real her though?
I think it is.
That's her avatar, so it probably is. She's mad. The attention's off her, so you gotta show back up and tell everyone you're in the tub. So
okay, everybody says it's really her.
See if it's her.
No, it's really. Don't you have? Isn't there a new guy she's biting? I think she got a new guy down there that she's biting off of and using his kid and the same old tricks. And she got chewed up again, by the way. But we're not even going to go there. Anyway, so back to this story here. Where was I? Where was I with this? So Kate seems to think that this is not
Sam
illegal.
Blurry, sorry, by the way, you're a little blurry. People are saying.
I'm blurry?
Yeah.
I think I'm seeing it fine.
You look a little bit, tiny bit blurry to me, but not like super bad.
Okay, we'll be all right. So anyway, she seems to think that this is not wiretapping if in fact this occurred. Now, I'm going to be perfectly honest. I don't believe this. I don't believe this occurred for a couple reasons. Number one, there were some things said in that conversation, and I'm not going to get into it right now between Irish Demon and I, that quite frankly, Kate would be so alarmed about. I revealed some things to Irish Demon that about certain sources I have, about certain materials I've posted about 𝗵𝗵𝗄𝗏, just so I could confirm to him, like, dude, these are real documents. And I told him how I got them. If Kate heard that information, you would know by now. She would be screaming a high heaven about it. She would be like, what the fuck? That was like, so that's number one, which makes me think that there is no recording of it. Number two, this actually came up in conversation. He goes, we can stream if you want. Do you want to stream? And I go, no, I don't. So he specifically asked me, do you want to record this? And I said, I don't want to. I said, I go, when we stream, we're performing for a crowd, right? Like we might say things privately that we wouldn't say in front of a whole crowd. And I think, some conversations should remain private. And so I'm like, that's what I said. So if they actually have a tape of that, I'm on the tape saying you can't record this, which would certainly seem to indicate that I had no fucking clue. I was
sound like consent to me.
God, they're fucking stupid. God, they're stupid. So I don't think, and also Irish Demon is not confirmed or denied it, but as we're going to see, I think there's evidence that he has no fucking clue. I mean, now people are like, don't trust him, don't trust. I agree. He's definitely clearly biased. And I've been burned by so many people. I don't trust anyone. But every single thing that I said to him during that conversation, I don't care if he recorded it. To be perfectly honest with you, it's illegal. But I stand by every single thing that I said in that 2-hour conversation. I'm ashamed of nothing. None of it was new. And I stand by it. Every single thing. There is nothing in there. There was no smoking guns. She's like, we got him this time. You got nothing, Kate, because I've literally said everything to him. I've said it on the show. So bring it on. I don't think he's recorded. So Kate goes, I know that your human shield showed up to where it was known. I would be. Where it was. So this is her argument that I knew she was there and I brought the woman as a shield. Two things wrong with that. Number one, I didn't know Kate would be there. Number two, I didn't walk in with her. She didn't get there till 40 minutes later. So this is a lie. She's lying. And I hope Irish Demon can see this, because if he's what I hope he is, a fair and decent person, he's going to see now, oh, wait, that's not what happened. He called her after he got here. And he's going to see these bitches are lying. And if they're lying about this, then what else are they lying about? So he goes on to say, I believe he has on his recording a portion where you both literally admit just that. Both. I had to pick up my friend when he was done recording your entire friendly conversation, including you admitting some pretty rough things. So I stayed away until he was done documenting all of your confessions. Friendly, your face when he informed you Robin pressed criminal charges against you was apparently very entertaining, and I'm sure everyone will be eager to hear about it when Irish Demon decides to drop everything on his channel. So I'm really looking forward to that. So what if there's no recording here, guys? What is her play here? Like, doesn't she realize that Irish Demon's gonna be like, what are you talking? She's literally accusing him of committing a felony. Like,
I think her play is just to lie and then postpone. Isn't that always her play? Lie about, having photos and documents, and then just, oh, I promise I'll show them, and then just never show them. And then I think she's just trying to convince everyone to lie for her.
Isn't she concerned about her reputation with him? That he's going to be like, you're lying. I didn't, like, why are you saying I recorded something when I didn't record it?
Maybe she like they're close enough that he'll lie on her behalf if she needs him to. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been close for like 6 months, people are saying in the comments. Like, and I know fucking Shannon was really in his ear about that whole child thing. So like, yes. I don't know. He's just a good actor and have put it on and had it out for you from the start. We don't know. Like, not everyone's unbiased. Like, Merb is pretty unbiased, but
yeah.
But
yeah. And speaking of including, like, admitting to some pretty rough things, Kate, talk about the Merb interview. You admitted to some pretty rough things.
Oh, we're going to get to that. We are going to get to that. Believe me.
Don't you worry. Deb's did her homework tonight. Don't worry.
Oh, yes, absolutely. So anyway, so let's read some more of this here. By the way, so when she says your face when he informed you Robin pressed criminal charges. So when he left, he comes back in. Like, he goes, my ride is here to pick me up. And I didn't ask who his ride was. He says he knows some guy in Boston. Okay, whatever. I think now his ride was Shannon and Kate. That's what I assume. Now he goes out, and then I go to the bathroom. I come back. He's talking to the victim. They're having a conversation, and he goes, I came back in to tell you guys something. And number one, he told her that I got to let you know he was having an affair with Lauren Delaguna. Now, Lauren Delaguna is here right now.
She does it all the way from Arizona, man.
Mm-hmm. Are we a thing, or?
I don't even. We may have hugged once, maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm pretty sure we kept it to handshakes.
I hope you took a pregnancy test after, young lady.
I think it was like an awkward handshake, to be perfectly honest with you. Like, it's that's it.
They're saying that there's pictures of us, right?
Yeah, this is first of all, they also claimed that I had sex with Martin Shkreli, I believe, or some other guy that you knew.
I remember them saying
everybody. So like, I just bang everyone. That's just what I do.
I blow him too. I've never seen him in person.
Everyone's and so this is what he came in, and that's one thing he said. So I guarantee he went outside, and Kate and Shannon were like, "Go tell them that." Go, and so he comes back in, and he also said that. I wanted to let you know that they tell me that Robin Higgins is pressing charges against you for wiretapping. If you guys are unfamiliar, Robin Higgins is a person on Twitter who messaged me claiming to have been in the hospital with Shannon and held her dead baby while it evaporated in her arms because for some reason her husband wasn't there. And I said, this story sounds shady. Can you talk to me on the phone about it? And Robin Higgins agreed to. And I, when we spoke on the phone, I recorded the conversation. I was not in Massachusetts, so I was not in a two-party consent state. I did not have to ask Robin Higgins thing. As soon as I heard Robin Higgins' voice, and I've played it a few times, it's clearly Shannon 𝗵𝗵𝗆. Like anybody who's heard it, it's Shannon 𝗵𝗵𝗆. Irish Demon disagrees. I think if he listened to it more closely, he would understand it. I mean, it's undeniable when you hear it's like obviously that's Shannon 𝗵𝗵𝗆, obviously. And I've listened to it pretty closely, and it's pretty clearly her. So they've said about Robin Higgins, they're like, well, she's not pressing charges because she doesn't want to. It's like, no, she's not pressing charges because
she doesn't exist.
she has either she doesn't exist or you're using her name and she's not going along with this because I never spoke to her. And ultimately Shannon, if it would be the one, but you'd have to admit that was you, which she can't do. So he came back in to tell me that actually Robin Higgins is pressing charges against you. And I'm like, my face was this, like Kate talks about your face. My face was this. Oh, yes. Yes. I was so fucking happy. So happy.
I mean, you weren't scared and shaking like a leaf, like she'll say it.
Yeah. Yeah. So she acted like, hold on one second.
Like you didn't friggin' like respond to her.
No. So yeah. So basically, I don't know. Like, what am I like? She thought I was rattled by that. I'm like, you know, I was excited about that because I'm like, yes, I get to meet Robin Higgins. Yes, because I know she's not fucking real. And I told Irish Demon, here's the deal, dude. They're making that up. Okay, they're lying to you, and you will see in the coming weeks when nothing happens and there is no Robin Higgins that shows up. You will see exactly my point here that they are lying to you. They're lying to you. And you will see that, and it will all start coming together at that point. So back to her post here. She goes, have a nice day. It's weird how you see me in person and have nothing to say. Have nothing to say? You literally fucking ran away. Like, you ran away. Like, why are you there? And, like, also, what am I going to say to you? Like, you know what she wants?
It's like that stupid comment that, that probably took you aback because it's so retarded a comment.
Yeah,
I mean,
where are my kids? They're at home. Where are yours? You don't even know, do you? So, I mean, did they run away again? That always seems to be happening. So whatever, like, okay, but I thought we weren't going there. But I digress with that one. It's like, also like what she wants me to do is like, be a tough guy with her. She wants me to be like, get up in her face. Cause that way she gets to be the victim, but I didn't do that. So I did. And now she's upset. She's trying to antagonize me into here and I'm not falling for it. So we came back in to relay messages. Like, yeah, that was weird.
Make you suspicious at the time? Like, or thinking about it later, were you like, what the hell was that?
He had a story about how his ride wasn't there yet or something, but that they had emailed him, Kate and Shannon. And now I look back and it's a little bit suspicious. I'm not going to lie. But
no, that's one of those things you wouldn't realize till after. Totally.
To be clear, I am still trusting him. Okay. I am still 100% trusting him. I'm not, everything I said to him, I own, and I don't care if it becomes public, even though it's a violation of my trust. I don't care because I stand by it. So also think about this just for one moment. If this really happens, if he really wiretapped and recorded this conversation, that means that Kate was part of it, because Kate is claiming that she drove him there, right? And that he did this. And I'm not the only one who was recorded. So was the victim. So that would mean that Kate literally hired a guy and facilitated a felony against a victim who she is to have no contact with and is already facing charges for violating that no contact order. Think about that. Think of how fucking stupid you have to be to put this in writing that, yeah, we did all this. Yeah, I facilitated a felony against a woman who has a restraining order out on me. That's, I mean, brilliant, Kate. Brilliant.
Even if it's not true, just the fact that she said that it's true in writing isn't
right.
And
well,
that's.
We're going to see she did a lot more too. She cannot, like most, like Kate, I want to inform you of something you might not be aware of. There's this thing called Miranda rights. Okay. You have the right to remain silent. You are not required to talk. You don't have to fucking talk. You don't have to keep talking. I know you think you're smart and you could talk your way out of everything. The more you talk, the more you actually hurt yourself. You don't have to talk about the fucking victim. You choose to anyway. It's bizarre. So she goes on to say that, let's see. Have a nice day. It's, you know what she really hated? She really hated that picture that him and I took where we were smiling and drinking beers and stuff. And she really, like, that's what made her upset. She saw that, like, oh, they hit it off. And she fucking hates that because they need that guy. They need his influence. They need him to hate me because it's all part of their thing to, like, turn the fucking world against me. They need him. And they realize by us getting along, oh shit, it's backfiring. This isn't supposed to happen. We have to fuck this up. And it's just not happening. So she goes, have a nice day. It's weird now. You see me in person, I have nothing to say. Almost like you're a gigantic coward and an idiot who congratulated Irish Demon for his trolling of Chili while entirely oblivious to the fact that you were being trolled yourself. Okay, whatever you say. And so this is what Shannon's saying here. This is the woman who said all those horrible things about Kate in the opening segment. She said, she must be very afraid of you, Kate, the victim, and need court intervention to show up where you are. Really smart talking about the victim like that, really. Or how about this one? Turtleboy brought his mistress with him to see Irish Demon so that I would have to leave. He anticipated that I would be there, and when he saw me, he seemed nervous. I walked outside to smoke, circled back the block to get gas, and in that time frame, he had the mistress come in, I guess. Well, how did you
brought her when she drove her friggin' self and showed up like after the fact? Yeah.
Wait, so she's saying that you brought who?
Your mistress.
Oh, right. So why did you leave then? You know, why did you leave? You know, so that's interesting. Okay, so let's see. What about this? What else are people saying in there? I took so many screenshots of that.
Yeah, I mean, and if she left and left the hotel, right? Came back, and she was gonna park, how would you know without walking in that she's even inside?
Right. Now, here, Kate posted, we are at the Boston Marriott Hotel in Newton, okay? And Kate, like a fucking idiot, some guy goes, where in Newton? She goes, Boston Marriott. So she literally she told her followers in this big, with thousands of people in Discord, she told them where her victim is. And as we're going to see, she encouraged people to show up there. Like, what? Are you fucking stupid? How stupid are you? She goes, this is during the meeting. It's still going on. I'm trapped several hundred yards away. If anyone is in the Newton area, that's where we are. She tells them, like, if you're in the area, we're right here. Come to the fucking hotel where him and my fucking victim is. Like, are you fucking insane?
That is okay. True, Cadet, but the point being is she can shut the fuck up if she wants to.
She is not required by law to keep fucking commenting about the victim. You have the right to just not talk about her and move on with your life. You're incapable of that. We're gonna get to the Merb interview, believe me. So again, these are like the things she's saying. Like, if anyone's in the Newton area, we're here. Okay.
Well, she did mention in her interview that they went out to dinner, her, Irish Demon, Shizz, and another subscriber. So that would be like, she told them where to meet them. So I don't know who it was, but.
So this is whatchamacallit. This is Irish Demon today. So he flew back to Ireland today, and he writes this. He didn't comment much on Discord. He just said, lads and lassies of the YouTube, just FYI, last night was a shit show, and not for the reasons you may think. Let's just say this trip was a great success. So in his comments last night, dude, it was fucking chaos on his Discord. People, when they saw that picture of him and I, were furious with him. People were so mad, demanding an explanation. They look happy. They're smiling. These people hate happiness. They hate when grown-ups get along, and we're not like sparring for their amusement. Sorry, guys, that's not what happened. Now, what do you take from this comment? Because I sent him an email I haven't heard back from. Lads and lassies,
that sounds like, to me, I mean, everybody on the Discord seemed to think that it was going to be like him roasting you, destroying you, this big old thing. So if he says something like this, that sounds like it went the other way. Like, you may have thought this was going to happen, but something else happened. That's what I think. He's going to see great success because he met everyone or whoever he was supposed to see, you know?
Yep. So, that's what I think. It's like, but not the reasons you may think. Like, I had a good time with Aiden. Like, that to me sounds positive, but we'll see. We'll see. It seems a little vague. Other people are like, unbelievable. It's such a pussy move that he brought here. Okay, so this is Kate in this this is his page. Is huge fan. She says, so now I have to stay away or they'll go for me getting arrested, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, that's a pussy move, says this woman, Christine. No, you're not. So the victim's texting me right now. You're not backstage. So you have to click on the StreamYard link I sent you. I sent you the StreamYard. I sent you two of them. Yeah, take care of that for me. Yeah. So anyway, She's in the wrong one. She's in the first one I sent her. I sent her the second one too.
Okay.
You're in the wrong show. She's like sitting there watching nothing, I guess. She's missing this whole thing. Anyway, so yeah, he keeps talking about this woman and calling her this and blah, blah, like a human shield, a literal human shield and blah, blah, blah. And then there's this one. She has a harassment order on me, which they already have leveraged into a criminal charge. They'd love to get an arrest too. It's like, why are you talking about this? You don't have to talk about this. I mean, seriously. And then you got this go ahead.
It's like anytime you have an attorney, they tell you like, oh, shut up about your shit online until it's over, until it's settled. Well, your thing's not going to be over for another year. Her restraining order lasts 1 fucking year. Do not talk about, oh my God.
Yep. So, yeah, it's like this guy, this corrections 101, I guess he's a corrections officer somewhere. Somebody might tell him like, dude, maybe supporting criminals isn't the best move. Like, so he's one of these brainwashed people who has been led to believe that I'm the bad guy here. And he goes, Turtle Dick said in the chat, he was going to get with the PD and his attorney and have charges filed for the false filing. Not sure if you saw that. And we're going to get to that about the, we'll get to that later. So the copyright was dumb. We're going to get to that later. There's the anyone in Newton thing, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Then she goes, there's no expectation of privacy in public, Aiden. Actually, she's right. There's no expectation of privacy in public, but you still cannot secretly record. You can go up to someone like Abrams does with the camera and be like, whatever. Like when you do that, that's not wiretapping because everybody can clearly see you're recording them. But if you're just sitting there and like you have a thing going and I don't know it's going, that's wiretapping, dummy. That's the secrecy is the key part. You think you would know about wiretapping by now. You've tried to get me charged with it several times. It's not happening. I know how the law works. You don't. But no expectation of privacy. You knew I was going to be there. I didn't. If that's your story, okay. In fact, you said I was going to be there. Never said that. You saw I was there. You wouldn't dare open your mouth in front of my face. All 5 foot nothing of you, shaking like a leaf. Yeah, I was really shaking like a leaf. Sure, thank you. Now I hope it was recorded, just so we can be like, dude, I was so fucking like not giving a fuck. Like, dude, are you kidding me? I love like my eyes lit up. I'm like, oh, Kate's here. No shit. I was like, oh, things are getting interesting in this motherfucker. You creep my Discord, so you know Shannon and I have been with him literally all weekend. You got played again. Okay, blah blah blah. Phone calls have an expectation of privacy, like your phone call with Robin. Hotel bars do not. Retard. Okay. Sure thing, Kate. You know the law really fucking well.
I have her backstage when you're ready.
Okay. I'm going to bring her up in just a couple minutes. Let me just read a couple more of these. Let's see. So, this is Shannon during the thing. She goes, I just heard from Demon. I haven't heard from Demon in 10 minutes. I really hope 𝗃𝗏𝗄 hasn't encased him in ejaculate. Kate legally can't go rescue him. So they're making it seem like they're talking to this guy the whole time. I highly doubt that was happening. So why don't we bring on Miss Lauren there backstage, and because she's going to come on. So this is the woman. She's never publicly spoke about this before. She's a private person and that really doesn't appreciate all this. Is completely innocent of any of this, or only guilt is being associated with me, which Kate seems to be very interested in. And so she's going to talk and tell her story for the first time. So we're going to bring on Lauren right now. Hello, Lauren. Are you there?
Hold on. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can.
Okay. I'm still sick, so I apologize.
You sound fine.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ear infection.
Yeah, you sound good.
So you were like, let's just review the story here. Did you come with me to the thing yesterday?
No, I did not.
Okay. And how did you end up there? What happened?
I was actually already out, and I had texted you asking if I can come. So I show up maybe 40 minutes later after you were there.
What did I say when you asked me if you could come? What did I say?
You said you have to ask him first, and you
had to ask him first. Okay.
Yeah. And so I show up about 40 minutes later, and when I walk in, you told me, hey, they were just sitting where you are. I'm like, what? I literally had no idea they were there.
So, yeah. So you get there. You found out that they were there when you got there in person, and I told you.
When you told me in person, yes. I had no idea otherwise.
I didn't tell you beforehand.
Nope.
Okay. And so you got there, and how do you think first of all, let's talk about what this woman has put you through. So she posted in December, she found out who you were. And what did she post on the Masshole Report Facebook page and YouTube account? What did she post?
So she announced my name, my address, who I am pretty much. And every other week, a new picture showed up in her newsfeed. And
did, when you guys they posted your address. So you got a little spooked by that when that happened?
Oh, of course. It's crazy people out there, you know?
What'd you do? Did you move out or what'd you do?
I did have to move out for a little bit.
Okay. And how would you describe your feelings around that time? Were you angry, scared? How'd you feel?
Angry, scared, constant anxiety.
Constant anxiety. And so things started getting, and when they started convincing us that like phones were tapped and shit and people were hacked and stuff. And then around December 30th, pictures start appearing, right?
Yep.
On her page, and they were obviously explicit. Now, have you ever spoken to Kate Peter before?
Nope.
Okay. So you've
Except
never.
for one time when I nicely messaged, hey, can you please take it down? And she twisted everything like she usually does.
Oh, so you actually messaged her?
Yes.
And you asked her to.
And it's funny, she actually claims that she blocked me, which is a lie. I blocked her, and I have proof of that too. Just saying.
Okay. So you asked her to remove the images of you, and she just ignored you, didn't get back to you, right? She
just went on with the nonsense, and that was it.
Okay. And you felt unsafe, and I mean, you expressed to me, I mean, this is deep, but like you were suicidal, correct?
I was, yes.
Okay.
Let's just say December was a really bad month for me.
Yeah, and it's horrible. I mean, to have to live like that, live in fear, and I got sent a message on, I think, December, around that time, and it was a picture of your house.
Yeah.
Did you know that people were outside of your house photographing?
I had no idea. Nope.
And do you have any idea who took that picture? I mean, it looks like a white Jeep.
Maybe someone in chat earlier today.
Yeah. So there was an image of, you could tell the picture that they took, it was a picture of her house. Yeah. And you see it was taken from the driver's seat of a car. Mm-hmm. And you see the rear view mirror in it, and the rear view mirror shows the car, and it's a white Jeep. And I only know one person who drives a white Jeep, although it's probably been repossessed at this point. And that is the person from earlier in the chat there, Miss LG. And have you ever spoken to her before?
Nope.
Okay. And so you've never done anything to her?
Nope.
Okay. And so Kate is attacking you like this, and you're like, you wanted nothing to do with this, and you asked her nicely to take it down, and she didn't do that, and you were experiencing.
And then just when I think things are dying down, I would see another picture surfacing.
And so
December, actually a couple in December, and then January, same thing.
Okay. And then January, and then your philosophy was, now you went to the police department, I believe, on January 3rd or around there, and filed a report about this.
I did. Yep.
Did you say that you were in fear for your life in that report?
At that point I was, because I'm like, I don't know who's watching me.
So, and you were,
especially when they made a comment about me going to the police station, like, we know you're going to the police station tomorrow.
That was fucked up.
That's what freaked me out.
So, spoiler alert, guys, how that really happened. They convinced us that we were hacked because it was really a woman named 𝗚cie, who I thought was a very good friend of mine at the time. And she was literally taking our conversations and sending them to 𝗚ście😂😂. And 𝗚ście😂😂😂 with that information, instead of just saying, like, she basically is like, you're being hacked. Like, she started texting me from burner numbers saying, we're in your phone, we're everywhere. And they just fucked with us and made us think that we've paid some hackers to do this to you. And I was hesitant at first, but the more shit started getting repeated in their show, and then pictures started emerging, and I'm like, oh, they might have something here. 𝗚cie urged me to go to the FBI and the police, and I did. And I offered to hand over my devices to them to be forensically analyzed. I feel like such a fucking moron now for falling for this. I was just being played the whole time, obviously, but I'm not the only victim of that. So was she, because they fucked with her head very badly, and she did nothing wrong, and she felt in fear. And so luckily, I believe it died down for a while. Like she stopped posting about you, right? For a while.
Yep.
Okay. And then it just suddenly, what happened in August?
I think it was August 20th, around that time. Somebody sends me a clip with my pictures again for a show ready to air, saying that she hired a private investigator to follow me around for 6 months. Again, I'm like, great, who's watching me? You got to be fucking kidding me.
Yep. And it's
just when you think it's over.
Yeah, it's some really explicit images are shared on her YouTube, and it's the cover photo. And did she post anything besides your images on the cover photo?
Oh, of course, the restaurant I go to all the time.
Yeah, so there was that. I think it's a restaurant in West Roxbury or something. Yep. She posted that on there. Why do you think she posted a picture of the restaurant that you frequently go to on there?
Who knows? Probably to send people to spy on me, stalk me.
Yeah, I mean, I just think she's fucking with you, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah,
she wants to let you know, like just more mind fuck, like more. We're watching you, you know, like here we know where you go to eat. We know this, and again, that's information. I've told 𝗚్cie that like, this is our favorite restaurant or bar or whatever. 𝗚్cie passes that information along. She puts up a picture of it on the cover photo. And go ahead. What was that, Lauren?
Do you feel like you can't use that restaurant anymore? Like, did
I still go there all the time.
No, but like at the time when she posts,
dictate what I do in my life.
Okay,
but still, it's the point.
Yeah. So when you were walking into the police station in January, did you think people were watching you?
Honestly, I did. After that comment, I remember I walked and I had a hoodie on.
Yeah.
I mean, luckily I come from a family police officer, so I felt safe, of course, but.
And so this is the $1 million question that the magistrate asked and everyone asked. Just like, why is she so obsessed with you? Because 𝗵𝗵 and I have never had a relationship. Like the way Kate is treating me is like a jilted ex. You know what I mean? Like, this would be understandable if her and I had dated for a long time and she was this possessive and jealous and crazy. At least that would make a little bit of sense. But it's like, we've never even had a relationship. So what are you even interested in? Never mind you. Like, what is she interested in with you?
I'm not that exciting. I swear. I'm really not.
Yeah. Has anything else happened? Did people send anything to your work?
Yeah, somebody sent Rogaine one day as a joke or whatever, trying to be funny. And coincidentally, they made comments, oh, your hair's thinning. Which, by the way, half of them should not be talking about appearances. That's all I'm going to say.
I was going to say, you don't have to worry anything about
Let's not even go there, but.
Yeah. And so,
that's funny.
that's just, they do it to all of us. And they're just like, have you seen these people? Like, have you seen what they look like? Like, they are the last ones who should be talking about anything. So, okay. So, she posted this thing on August 20th, whatever, with your image on
upcoming show.
And what'd you do?
And that was my final straw. I'm like, okay, this is getting ridiculous now.
So you ignored it and you hoped it went away and it didn't. And what'd you do?
It didn't. So I went to court probably that Monday after. And I got the order.
Now, can I ask you something? Did I direct you to do that?
No.
So you wanted to do it on your own?
Yep.
Why?
I mean, you were supportive, but I just had to do it. Like, enough is enough.
Okay. And so you stood up to her and you went and you filed for the order and did you get a temporary order that day?
I did. Yep.
Okay. And those are just those last, I think that was around August 23rd or something. Couple of days later, she went on, I don't know if it was on her channel or on Brett's channel. And do you remember what she said?
I do not have to take your pictures down.
So she was saying, she said, I'm not going to take your pictures down, not like hers. Okay. Mm-hmm. And I think I probably still have that somewhere. I mean, I have so many goddamn clips of this woman. But yeah. So she said, I'm not going to take your pictures down. I don't have to do it. And you believe that that's a direct contact because she's saying your.
Oh, absolutely.
And so who'd you call? What'd you do?
Of course, I call my attorney, go back into court. And yeah, here we are. Okay. And clearly things aren't changing. So, I mean, the wiretapping, allegedly.
So she's getting a violation, or at least you're going through the process to get her violated on that harassment order.
Yep.
Do you know what you know, what the penalties are for violating a harassment order?
Honestly, I'm very new at this whole thing. I really don't know. Guess I'm finding out as I go.
All right. So you go and you file for this order and you get it. And then you called the cops about it. What did the cops say?
Yep. Oh, they were like, yeah, that's a violation.
All right. And so what was the next step after that?
So we had the magistrate's hearing, and boy, I wish there was an audio for that one.
Tell us what happened, because there's a closed door hearing. Only you and her are allowed in there with your attorneys. What happened?
So the woman reads over the reports and everything, and she stops. She goes, "How old are you, 35? And this is what you do?" Like, she raises her voice a bunch of times, asked about 3 different times, "Did you have a relationship with Mr. Carney?" "No." "Okay, so why do you care about this?"
So she admonished her for just being nosy or whatever and involving her, and she didn't understand like why a grown woman would do this.
Yep.
What else? Anything else you remember from the hearing?
Let me think. Yeah, so she looks at the pictures and everything, the day things were posted. So I believe she got the order, I want to say September 6th. And the video was still up. It said upcoming show on September 12th or whatever. It was still up there. And she just couldn't believe that she was still talking about me, not even 24 hours later, and still had it up ready to air.
So she was shocked by the fact that Kate was that stupid to put her fucking thing up and have it still up there. Let's go back to the hearing on September 6th for the full year order.
Girl boss.
Yeah. So did you invite, first question, have you ever spoken to 𝗵𝗂𝗂𝗧𝘂𝗶 before?
No, never in my life.
Did you invite him to the hearing?
At all. I don't believe what he stands for at all.
Okay. So did you invite him?
Nope.
Okay. And you get there. Did you want him speaking for you? Because he attempted to like interrupt the proceedings a couple times.
Nope.
Do you think
that helped? I was
helped?
a little scared when he showed up. I'm like, great, he's going to ruin this.
Okay. So you were concerned. Okay.
Yeah.
And during the hearing, so you get up there with your lawyer and she's got her attorney there, girl boss. How do you feel about the line of questioning that girl boss attorney gave you?
Basically just trying to slut shame me, asking questions that were relevant. She tried to make it all about you, of course. She tried,
right. It seemed like the judge at the time, how do you, like, he obviously slapped the full year order on her, and we've all heard the audio of, your lawyer kept objecting and then sustained. And how did you feel when the order was granted in court that day?
Relieved, actually. Like, wow, justice actually happened.
Did you think?
But of course, it didn't make a difference.
That's what I was going to ask you. So when the order was put in place, did you think that she would obey it?
About 50-50.
Okay.
I was hoping anyways.
All right. So and then you're just, you're waiting to have your day in court with her for the magistrate hearing.
Yeah.
When you left the magistrate hearing, how confident were you that the court would, press charges on her?
I was pretty confident when I left.
Really? How come?
Just the tone of lady's voice, yelling at her the whole time. And my detective actually looked at me and said, "Yeah, I think she's on your side."
Okay. And so you find out a few hours later that, charges are being placed. And did you think after that she would finally stop harassing you?
Yeah. I mean, a smart person would.
Okay. And now so let's fast forward to last night. So we've established now that you were not invited, and we made no plans for you to come. We did not arrive together. I called you 10 or 15 minutes after I got there and asked his permission. And so you got there. What'd you think of Irish Demon?
I thought he was very nice, easy to talk to. I actually really liked him, but. Okay.
Do you, and so did you what'd you guys talk about?
I just told him what happened since December last year, from my point of view. And he seemed to really listen and understand.
Do you think he sympathized with you?
Yeah. And he played devil's advocate. He listened to both sides. He questioned you a lot. He had some good questions.
What kind of questions did he ask?
you know, about like Ryan Waters, a dead baby thing.
with the Shannon thing.
Yeah.
He was really interested in the dead baby thing.
Yeah.
Quite frankly, I don't like. I'm not that interested in that aspect of it, because it's like, to me, it's just a distraction. Like, I do have here. Let me show you, and I'll show you exactly why I don't care that much about him. So let me give me 1 second. Let's see. There was a video that Shannon posted of my son, and I don't care. I'll show you this fucking video. So I'm going to show you this video real quick and show you why I don't care about her fake whining about her son. Okay. So first of all, she didn't give birth to the child. I don't know how long, we don't know for sure. We'll never be able to prove how far along it was. Any miscarriage sucks, period. And I get it. Like, I've had one too. You know what I mean? I know the feeling, and I'm not unsympathetic towards that in general. Yeah. But when you do this to my son, I don't care about you. So real quick. So I will give you guys the history of this thing right here that you're about to watch. So Turtleboy Secrets is an account created by Shannon Labarra, and Shannon is Kate's new whatever, right hand, whatever. They hated each other and now they're best friends, whatever. So Shannon creates this account to be anonymous and was a real tough guy, posting really personal, psychotic shit about me for months there. This went on, and really private shit. Now, LG here, who appeared before in the comments, once about my son, when he takes when he was in the car, this is when he was 3 years old, when he takes car rides, he would fall asleep in the back, and if it was like 5 o'clock and I had to get him out of the car and like feed him dinner and stuff, he would be so fucking cranky and unreasonable. Like, it was his sister wasn't like this. Like, he's just unreasonable. Some kids are just and I'm like, you want dinner? No, I just want to cry. And when that happens, I just learned after a while, you just have to let them have their cry it out. Okay. Just
it's common sense.
Don't give in, whatever. So but it's loud. And so I'm like, I'm texting LG at the time, and I'm like, you got to see what I'm dealing with right now. I go, this kid's driving me nuts. And so I take a video of him for like however long this is, 30, 40 seconds. And I send it to her. I'm like, and she's like, wow, that's crazy. Well, as it turns out, LG would later go on and disseminate a lot of videos of me, including this video of my son. She sent it to Shannon and Kate. And they are now exploiting my child's temper tantrum. And I'm just going to share it because I'm not going to lie. As a father, this really pisses me off. I mean, this is the she writes, if you support Turtleboy, you support child abuse. She calls what you're about to watch child abuse. And I'm going to play the fucking video for you right now, and just to see exactly what we're dealing with. So this is my office where I went to fucking hide out from his crying because he was being so insane. And we are going to post this. Let me play this. Mommy's at cheering practice. That's a fake cry.
Yeah, that's a normal tantrum.
Yeah. And I'm like, not giving in. What? It's like Mommy's at cheerleading practice. Are you a cheerleader? Are you a cheerleader, Brady? Well, she's a cheerleading practice. That's all he was saying over and over again, okay? Only for cheerleaders. So does that look like child abuse, guys, what I'm doing?
It looks like parenting to me.
Yeah, to me, that's like...
parent of the
I don't want to toot my own horn there, but it seems like responsible parenting. It's just like, son, we're not going to play your stupid games. We're not doing this. And he doesn't do it anymore. He's grown out of that stage. He's 5 now, and he's on his genius stage now. Today, he comes up to me, and he's got, this is how much I love my son. He's in the 99th percentile. I brag about this sometimes. But he comes up to me. He goes, Dad, can you tell me if I got these multiplications right? He wants to multiply his 5. And it's like, he's got 3 times 6 equals 18. He goes, every time I get it right, give me check. Every time I get it wrong, give me X. Okay. And I looked through, he literally made up a bunch of multiplication problems for himself and answered them. So that's my son. So, and I'm like, he got them all right, by the way, not the brag, but, anyway, I see that video. You never feed a tantrum. Exactly. It's the worst thing you could do. Anybody who, and again, hearing that from the fact that I know Shannon Mary now is the one who posted that video, and she's had DCF involved in her life. It's like, that is why I will not cry for her with her boohoo pity party about her son, because she's using that as a shield.
If it's even real.
That account so vicious. That account was vicious to 𝗓𝗏𝗏. That account was vicious to you. That account was so vicious to me. Like, so
they put up pictures of Caroline's kid and her at a water park for no reason. She doesn't even interact just because she follows you.
I didn't know that.
Like,
and my little sister underage and my family, and like said I had STDs and said that I was doing drugs and said that I was sleeping with Aiden and also slept that I slept with. Oh yeah, but whatever, it doesn't matter.
I mean, look at this. It goes like even these people who followed the page were like, clearly this is not child abuse. Your posts are starting to make you look less and less credible. Like, this account was insane when you go back and look at it. And she had all these accounts. Aiden Carney lies. These are all Shannon. All of these accounts, because they stopped. Every single one of the accounts just fucking stopped. The second this is obsessive. She would post about me 24/7. He stands up for victims. When he speaks out, it's like, dude,
get
insane.
A fucking life.
I mean, that's the big thing. What do you care about any of this? How boring and pathetic is your life where you sit around tweeting about me 24/7, posting my private conversations there, right? And videos about me. And it's just like making them, this is what you're doing all fucking day. This is psychotic fucking behavior. And you posted, the bottom line is and it's vicious. Like Lauren Laguna said, posted random people, attacked them. And so you don't get to cry about, oh, he's making fun of my dead baby and blah, blah, blah. He's doing all this stuff. You fucking have that video of my son. You did it. When I hear that video, the visceral reaction I get as a parent, hearing my child's cries being exploited on the internet for fucking clicks, that anger, like what that does to me inside, I'm so upset about it. My heart breaks for him when I see that child, my fucking child, is being exploited by this filthy pig who wants to cry about her, oh, you're being mean to my son. That's my fucking son, bitch. You put my fucking son on there and he's crying. He's 3 years old crying and you're fucking exploiting him. Do you have no soul? What the fuck is wrong with you? Even your followers were like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And you still kept it up. You have no fucking morals. You have no soul to do something like that. It's still up. It's still fucking up. You put it up a million times. You did not have my permission. You did not have his mother's permission. And you did not have his permission to exploit him like that. That video was not posted by me. It was sent in a private conversation to an angry skag who can't get over the fact that I didn't want to be with her. Okay. She can't get over that. And this is what she's doing. Okay. And you want to put like despicable. Don't cry to me about your goddamn baby when you have my baby on your fucking page, you cunt. I mean, sorry, I apologize for the French, but that's my son. And you do that to somebody's kid, fuck that. All bets are off, bitch, when you do something like that. Anyway.
And then Andy's attic, all that stuff too.
Oh, Andy's attic.
Oh yeah.
So I haven't told this story yet. Andy's attic is a charity out of Worcester that I raised $500 for with the golf tournament. I said I donate 10% of all proceeds, made about $5,000 from the golf tournament, and I donated $500 to Andy's Attic. It's a charity run out of my old high school that donates clothes to children. So Shannon or Kate, one of them, sends the school an email saying that they are a reporter from the USA Today, and they are looking to do a story on this charity for teaming up with a man who is evil or whatever. Like, he's the evil person. Why are you doing this? They contacted me about this. They returned the fucking check. They sent me a $500 check. And I'm like, I called them up. I called the principal, Jeff Kramer, up, and I spoke to him. And he's like, he brought me in, he talked to me. He's like, he goes, we don't know what to do. Like, basically, like, we're like, maybe if we just give them the money back, they'll leave us alone. And I go, I'm not cashing the fucking check. You're going to keep my $500, period. Okay. I think it's gutless for you to do that right now, quite frankly, to try to return my fucking charity because some fucking internet. I mean, I lost like the Jerry Callahan gig over this. They contacted him. I had an interview lined up with Jonathan Mattingly, one of the police officers involved in the Breonna Taylor raid, and they contacted him too and did the same shit. They spent fucking months.
Amari King.
Yeah, they paid a guy Amari King to do a cameo shitting on me and saying the storm is coming. Psychotic behavior. So no, Irish Demon, I don't give a and I told him this. I don't give a fuck about her feelings. I don't. I would. I'm a decent person. I would never want to intentionally hurt somebody, but when you do the type of evil that you do to other people, I just don't care. There's no gloves are off. You've jumped in the sewer and we're going to jump in there with you. You are not innocent. You are not fucking innocent. You're a fucking piece of shit. And now you get what's coming to you. Okay. So getting a little fired up there. So anyway, where were we? I don't even know how we got off this topic. Let's look at some more of the postings today in this Discord today.
We should do a reminder about Donos. Like,
oh yeah, let me
at the top. If you guys want to donate to Turtle Chat, and you can also.
Oh, we got a couple. Yeah, we got a couple donos. Let me bring them up here. Let me bring actually some donos here. So if you guys want to support what we do, I am not defrauding you and getting sued and pretending that I'm innocent. In order to put your donos. So our first dono here is from a DPM. They send $5 and they said, Unk supplies the product content. I consume the product. This is how business works. Keep it up, 𝗃𝗏𝗄𝗏. So it's not a donation. It is it's a volunteer. Like if you want to pay for the service, it's cool. You can do that too. Thank you. Krusty Panties donated $50 and says, thank you, Krusty Panties. Thanks for making sure that my violation of the order is well documented. So yeah. And we also
too, bud.
Yeah, let's do a little where you repping. So we like to start off every show we got 356 people now. Let us know in the comments right now where you repping, where are you watching the live show from tonight? Go ahead.
Hit the like button.
Yeah, give us a like, comment afterwards. It helps with the algos. Subscribe if you're new here. We do this every Tuesday.
Entertained. Don't lie. Yep. Just hit the like button.
There we go. Dudley's in the house. Waterloo's in the house. Abington is here. Naples, Florida. Fall River is in the house. Tucson, Hanson, London, Ontario. Let's see. Apache Junction, 𝗵𝗂𝗄𝗏, West Quincy, North Carolina, Hanson, Norfolk, Virginia, Glendale, Arizona, Norway, Maine, Brett's Lungs. It's black as fucking here. Sutton, Dorchester, Northbridge, Buzzards Bay, Auburn, Fall River, Malden, Long Island, Plymouth, Irish Demons Pub, Fitchburg Baby, Indian Orchard, Connecticut, Kingston, Pennsylvania, Plymouth, Long Island, Malden is in the house. I'm just gross. Hates Krusty Panties. Fall River, another one. Let's see. West motherfucking Quincy, Long Beach, Plymouth. Okay. So if we missed you, I missed you. West Tisbury, Not in the Tub, Faux Shizzles, Section 8 apartment. Excellent. Ontario, Canada, Winchtonville. Okay. KP's jail cell. All right, cool. So let's get back to the task at hand. Let's bring up some of these screenshots again, see some of the things that they're saying. And then we're going to get to the interview real quick after that. So Shannon is here pretending. I did see a lot of comments like this from people who were like, on the flip side, taking pictures of someone who has a restraining order against you is also a bad look. So on that note, I've seen a shit ton of people that were former Peter eaters and fans of hers that have seen the light in the last week or so. Because I've been pressing this so hard and I've been telling the truth, and me doing the Merb interview and meeting with Irish Demon has kind of shown that these are people that were in her Discord and involved in her world who are seeing that I'm not the bad guy that she's presented. And I think a lot of people feel deceived. And like now, if your hero is facing criminal charges for something and is still talking and is like, what are you doing there? What are you doing there? Why are you there? You had no reason to be there at all. And so, yeah, let's see. It's not a felony to record. Yeah. Go ahead. What were you saying?
She's just dumb. She's just painfully dumb. She thinks she's so smart. She's so dumb.
Yes. This I thought was interesting. This is from Irish Demon. This says, you'll never guess who just texted me.
Irish Demon.
Who? Gianetti's been in the chat all damn night.
I saw it.
Robin Higgins just texted me.
Oh, really? Wow.
Robin Higgins is saying,
we can't make this stuff up. We can script the show.
Robin Higgins says, don't read this out. Okay, she doesn't. Come on.
Read this out loud, so she wants you to.
Oh my god.
So she wants to talk. So how I'm ready to talk.
We need to see your face though. Here's the link, but we need to see your face.
Like, do you want to talk on the show? Okay. Now she's saying she doesn't want to talk.
Because I said show your face.
Shannon's the worst. She
goes, so I'm going to be honest. I mean, Robin, can I call you? Robin, let's get your voice on right now so we can hear you're not Shannon. How about that? She wants to talk to me personally. She says she's a real person and wants to talk to me personally. Are you pressing charges against me, Robin? Because Krusty Panties told Irish Demon yesterday that you are. Is that true? Are you pressing charges against me for wiretapping? Because Robin Higgins texted me the other day and said that we met at the bus stop. We became friends. We hung out for 2 years. And during that time, she became pregnant. You recorded my voice without my permission to ask me questions. Okay, so she does say, if I answer, don't read it out loud. Well, what do we think? What are we doing here? I mean, what is this?
Just message me when she answers you, and I'll let you know if you should.
Okay. So, well, I'll let that be for now, Robin.
Weird timing too. Like, why now? Why is she texting?
I know, right? Coincidentally, right at like
very weird timing.
Randomly 10:30 on a Sunday.
Right, and she's watching the show. She says she's watching the show. So, I mean, that's their whole story.
That seems like a distraction tactic kind of to me.
Yes, I am reading it out loud, Robin, because you said that you told Kate, if you're real, that you're pressing charges against me, and that's not cool. That's not cool to do that. But, okay. She says she's autistic and doesn't want me to read this out loud, but I'm going to read it out loud, okay?
Right.
So, yeah.
Autism as an excuse.
Yeah, right? Like, okay, so.
Okay. So, whatever here. Okay, so let me read this thing from Irish Demon. What a wild night this is going to be. So, Irish Demon says, hold up a minute. This is when he found out.
That's really him?
That's him. That's his actual Discord. I clicked on it. That's his actual Discord account. Okay. And he goes, hold up a minute. Is she saying that Aiden recorded the meeting? Because everyone's talking about Kate recording, right? And he gets off the plane, he opens up his phone, and there's all these people talking about recordings. And he goes, hold up a minute. Is she saying that Aiden recorded the meeting? Yeah, and I said he could if he wanted to. There's your evidence right there that he was basically saying, yeah, if you want to, I didn't record it. If you want to record, you can. And I'm like, no, I'm good. I don't want to record. I don't want to do this on film. I mean, I want to do it privately. So basically, he's just like, wait, what's going on here? And then he goes on, and then he's just like, wait, what? She goes, she's saying you recorded it secretly behind Aiden's back. And he goes, wait, what? Like, he's laughing at, like, this is what makes me think they're fucking making it all up. Because he gets off the plane. He's like, what? I recorded it? What are you talking about? So I guess the next step would be, like, if you're him and you don't, like, disassociate, he can do whatever he wants. He's a grown man. But if you were him, and these crazy bitches are like telling the world that you committed a fucking felony, would you keep associating with them?
Fuck no.
I wouldn't, but he's going to do.
Bye.
Bye, bitches. So we will see. Let me ask you, because I still am going to, if it turns out he did record, which I don't believe, I'm not going to be mad. I'm just disappointed. That's all. Like, it's fine because I stand by everything that I said there. I'd be disappointed, like, I trusted you and guess not. I thought you were a cool guy. Guess not. That's going to be my take on it. But I don't believe that happened. I don't believe the person I shook hands with yesterday and spent 2 hours drinking brewskis with is a bad person. I don't think he would do something like that. So that's just me. Okay. I could be naive, but we'll see. So before we watch the interview, let me just bring up one more thing here that was like, are you fucking kidding me? Let's not forget this. So a couple of years ago, in February of 2021, I was severely depressed and anxiety. I lost about 10 pounds in a week. I tried to hurt myself on January 30th. I took a bunch of time off of work because of that. And I got contacted by this suicide prevention nonprofit called Hidden Battles. And this guy, Scott, runs it. And Scott's got a brother who committed suicide. And it's been his life mission then to talk with people who have been through trauma, right? And or just like struggling with mental health issues. Like that's his thing. And so I'm like, yeah, I'd love to have a conversation. Why don't we do it live? Like, why don't we turn this into a PSA kind of thing and talk about mental health and how what your organization does and how you can help people who are feeling down or having thoughts about suicide, whatever. Like, what can they do? And so he goes live and talks about it. And look who shows up in the goddamn comments. Let me zoom in here. So she goes, 𝗵𝗵 shows up on a fucking suicide prevention nonprofits live stream. That's a serious question, by the way. Why you lie about viewership? To justify the appearance? She's fucking fact checking him on his viewership. Like, this is insane. And then she goes, almost 1,000 people? This is a suicide prevention nonprofit. Almost 1,000 people watching? No. The live viewers peaked at 177. And the video has less than 2,000 views. Total lifetime? Why lie? Imagine how fucking barren and empty your life has to be to go on a suicide prevention nonprofits page and fact check them about the number of views that they got on there because you don't like who went on. She's like, no, Eden doesn't get views. No. That's not. And then he goes, the nonprofit goes, I apologize. My numbers were incorrect, Kate. Thank you for the correction. 1.3 views, 1,000 views, lifetime. My bad. 1,000 people watching versus less than 200 people is a very large discrepancy. I imagine you may be referring to my live stream where I stated I would make sponsors aware of Eden's behavior, given you referenced a toxic past. She threatened to contact the suicide prevention nonprofit sponsors and harass them for advertising with the suicide prevention nonprofit because the man had a conversation with me when I was going through a time in my life that was very hard. I was struggling. It was anybody who could talk to me during that time knew fucking what I was dealing with there. I've never felt like that before. Okay. And I still struggle with it. Not gonna lie, but this man is a great person and he helped me out a lot. And this woman goes on his page and starts saying, I did not email you. Please don't be dishonest and state that I did, because he had gone on the stream and basically said our advertisers are being harassed over this. I do find it 100% distasteful and concerning that an organization with suicide prevention at the forefront would have ever associate with someone like Aiden Carney. Is this like this horrible fucking person? It is caused. Yeah. There's no threat. Do you feel like you've accomplished that? I will donate $500 to your organization if Aiden's behavior changes. And because something a nonprofit such as yours, this is insane behavior to stop to care this much about me. You think I'm obsessed with you? You contacted a fucking suicide prevention nonprofit because the man spoke to me and helped raise awareness and helped me through a tough time, and you fucking attacked his business because of that. Evil, like deranged. There's no other way. There's no other way to describe that, how fucking deranged that is, right?
You should just sponsoring with like orphanages and like the most kindest people, so Kate will attack them to show. Like, it doesn't matter who you work with, Kate will attack them. You could be working with puppy savers, you could be working with like anyone, and she would attack them.
She would. Look what she writes right here. P.S. My stream about what a disingenuous, narcissistic hypocrite you are got 3 times the amount of views that your mental health stream did. This is all she cares about is YouTube views. Like, imagine, dude, you don't. I don't want to bring up kids. You don't have your kids. I got my fucking kids. You have YouTube views. I think I'm winning that battle. Okay. This is what you're fucking concerned with, is how many fucking YouTube views I got on a stream about suicide prevention. What is wrong with you? And again, like True Patriot says, they have nothing to do with this. And she's attacking their sponsors because they had me on. This is insane. Insane. Okay. Yeah. Maybe at the very least, Aiden will now stop telling people to kill themselves from behind a computer screen. Maybe I'll stop. Did I actually tell somebody who was suicidal kill themselves?
No.
You're
referencing that guy, right? That guy who was
Ryan, play the whole clip.
10 seconds later.
One of Kate's followers messaged us about that today. We sent them the full clip. And we said, here's the actual clip. It's a man named Dawson Boston, a heroin dealer, who comes on my stream and he's like, bro, I'm going to kill myself so you go to jail. Because if I kill myself, that means you did it and you got to go to jail. And then he goes, I'm not really suicidal, though, but I just want to send you to jail. And I'm like, go ahead, do it. Because he obviously was fucking being bullshit. He's weaponizing this. He literally said he's not going to do it. And I'm like, okay, good. Go ahead, do it. You think I'm going to go to jail? Fucking go ahead, do it. Live stream it. Do it right now. Because I call this fucking bluff. And Kate misrepresents. Of course, it's all she does. And she does not like the fact that I have not really been fighting back about any of this. Mostly, I'm like, dude, you're a shitty parent. But now I'm just showing it. And let's watch this clip real quick. And remember, what was that?
We haven't even gotten to the Merb.
Yeah. We're going to get to the interview right after this.
Yeah,
let me play this clip real quick.
I hate Banks. I hate this woman. She attacks me relentlessly.
Oh, you remember that too?
Oh, I have to change my audio input or else this won't play.
Remember this when she said that she had someone say that they were working for Sam Adams, the distribution, and they didn't give you anything for the golf tournament?
Oh, yeah. That's one of the many things. All right, let's play this.
Bad life decisions make me suicidal. Yeah, you do fucked up things, and you know, suddenly it makes you suicidal. Everybody else, you're not suicidal. You pull that out as a weapon. You pull that out as a shield. Okay, and some of us out here that really do struggle with mental health issues understand that external things are not what's driving the bus. Mental health is an issue that is internal, right? It is a struggle that you have to deal with. You can't blame other people for causing it. It's something that is an imbalance in your fucking brain, and it sucks and it's hard to deal with, but you can't blame other people for that. It's not a fucking shield, and you can't weaponize it to make people do.
Okay. So that's her, you know, when I was at the lowest point in my life, going, like, struggling every day just to wake up in the morning, you know, or just like I couldn't sleep. That was the biggest problem. Like what I remember most about that time period is I hated waking up, like, because it was just a reminder. Like, I'm like, my nightmare begins every day when I wake up. I fucking hate being awake. I wish I could sleep. And it just fucking sucked. Okay. And
that's summer. Let me just tell you.
That's how you.
Yep.
You hated waking up.
At one point I did. Yeah.
And because what this woman was doing to you.
Constant harassment. My pictures out there, private information.
Horrible. Absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
So Kate went on Merb's live stream today. Merb is an attorney in California who I did a live stream with. And let's play some clips of this. I have it over here. Let me pull it up. I have it ready to rock. Where'd it go? Okay.
Someone else messaging me right now that she accused him being a pedophile and destroyed his reputation.
Oh, shocking. Okay. So let me start from the top here. So Merb, they shoot the shit for a bit here. She does say the N-word about 4 times in a row. Just instead of just saying N-word, 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 she says the N-word like 4 times in a row. I'm not even, Merb allowed it on his channel. I'm not taking that chance. I'm not going to replay it, but go back. It's at about it's somewhere in the 10 to 12 minute range. She says 14, the N-word. 14, 17. For those of you watching, I will put the link to the stream in the comments. So if you'd like
to tell you like my like highlighted areas.
Oh yes, let me just start. What do you think the first part we should listen to?
Go through what you have, and if you miss anything like I have, I'll tell you.
I was going to start around 22 minutes or whatever when they start talking about Turtleboy. Should I have anything?
That's more on, yeah. Like, well, it's kind of funny though. Like within like 4 minutes of her starting, she goes, "One thing I don't do is lie."
Yeah, right. Also, she couldn't look at the fucking camera. The whole time she's looking out into space. And I think she said later on, well, it was an external camera. So then what were you looking at? Like the it's still like, I know the camera's right there. Hi, camera. It's not on the computer, but I'm looking at it. I know where the fucking camera is. If you're doing an interview, look at the fucking camera. Like if you can't look the people in the eyes, like what is wrong? Like that is a tell right away. But let's just play some of this.
I was working for the company that I'm working for now. I have, more or less a career. Not the most fulfilling or creative career that, hits on everything that I like to do in my spare time, but it pays my bills and it's fine. And I was in a place that was pretty stable in my life. It was, a few years since like the real instability, but enough that I was feeling decent about it. And I was like, yeah, I'm in a good place right now. I'm a writer. I have been for a long time. I enjoy it. And like, I'll try it out. So I did, and like right off the bat, he was very complimentary of my writing, really wanted to hire me on. I was under the impression that this was going to be a legitimate job, that I was going to produce content. I would be paid $1.50 per 1,000 page views. I was assured that there were, millions of page views coming in every month. I was told that there was, a staff of at least, I believe, 5 or 6 other writers there. It seemed on the outside, in my naive at the time viewpoint and uneducated viewpoint, to be a really legitimate thing.
Real quick, guys. So I'm seeing a bunch of donos in Stripe payment. I don't know why only those 2 came up. I don't know if they were like the first 2. It's been tricky. We're trying to fix it. So if I see a bunch of donos here. Like I see one from a turtle chat from actually, no, I don't. Apologize. So JW, if you want to put your comment out there, we can bring it up. Another one, I don't know if they want their names out there. Melodies, Irish Girl, DPM. We have I think that was the Crusty Panties one. Already. Okay, so if you donated and your turtle chat didn't come up, feel free to put it in the comments and let the mods know that I was one of the turtle chat people, and we'll highlight your comment and bring it up that way. Okay. But anyway, so back to this. So she's talking about how she met me. So basically, I found Kate in the comment section. I thought she was witty, and I brought her on. Listen to how she tells. What part would you start with, Deb? Is there any good part here?
I had her start at
that I thought would.
Don't constantly disclose like your stuff like online, like 23. It was like 2340-ish.
Okay, so it's coming up right here.
So I did, and so from there I began writing for his blog, and we would communicate, mostly blog related. It took on kind of a friendly overtone. There was a lot of sharing back and forth. That is a bad idea. Don't do that. Don't constantly personally disclose with a stranger on the internet that's known for shitting on other people for a living. That's not a good idea. But I did, and he did as well. And I immediately, after starting writing, cracks started to appear. I learned very quickly that no, there was not a staff of 5 or 6 other writers. There was one woman who lived in New Hampshire. I'm not going to get into her personal business, but she's not a particularly consistent contributor.
Okay,
with the company, and everything was doing well, and these people used to be here. They just left. So I still use their names because it's my brand and they belong to me, which was a red flag because I was like, I don't know. If somebody uses, you were just my property to my brand.
Like, why would that be
was a red flag
when you're
and then the
putting their names under stuff they wrote?
Because it was substantially less than what he had projected, and it was very inconsistent with him.
So not that it matters. This is just more lies. Like basically, I said I'd give her $1.50 for every 1,000 page views that she brought in. To simplify it, she was getting around $200 a month. That's what she was making for page views, because she didn't write that much.
You can't control the page views.
Yeah, I can't control it. It's like she's like, you promised me millions. The page gets millions of page views a month. You got tens of thousands. Okay.
Yeah, you said the page. Like you didn't say.
Yeah, there's other content on the page, dear. Okay. I did the majority of the writing, and yes, for a while there, after South Shore Turtle Girl left and North Shore Turtle Babe and Merrimack, They all kind of left around early 2018, I think. And I'm like, morale was so low because we had just lost the Facebook page. And I'm like, I did not want to let the world know that like these like things were not looking good at the time. And I did not want to let the world know. So I would write blogs and I would just do the pen name 𝗨𝗏 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 to make it seem like she was, you know what I mean? What's the fucking harm in that?
No,
like,
I understand.
Yeah, who gives a shit? Like, did you like the blog or not? Then shut the fuck up.
They didn't know their identities anyway, so it's not.
Does that matter to you? Like, oh, I don't like this blog. This blog was written by 𝗨𝗏 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, and I don't like her. Who cares? Just read the fucking blog. Shut up. Nobody cares. Okay? It's not a big fucking deal. She makes it seem like, oh, he's fraudulent. Nobody cares.
But I got sucked in either way. And, you know, through the mutual self-disclosure back and forth, you know, he disclosed a lot of problems, which I will be fair and believe that he was telling the truth. I don't know, but that, you know, the blog was financially draining him. He was always getting sued. He didn't have any money. You know, he told me, I'm unemployable. I can't get a job. So I have to do this and I'm going to lose my house and I have to.
I was worried. I said all this. I said all this.
And so I would continue to kind of.
I was very worried.
And I was also kind of like intoxicated on the attention too. You know what I mean? You go from being relatively nobody and then all of a sudden you've got this echo chamber that you're a part of and everybody's telling you that you're wonderful all the time. You feel very powerful. And I read he had sent me at one point the woman that I liked. She went by 𝗨𝗏 phenomenal writer, just a phenomenal woman.
She's never met her.
She had separated from him with a lot of the complaints that I would later have. And she wrote a very long, almost like Dear John letter.
She did write me a Dear John
letter.
In
it, you know, she had said that it was like mainlining speed, that the highs were so high and the lows were so low, you know, being this like self-styled internet anti-hero with Turtleboy. And then that hit me because it was so accurate. So I got really, really sucked in really fast. And, you know, throughout the 2 years that I was with him, constant red flags popping up. And I would constantly kind of go through a cycle where I would say, yeah, you know, Aiden, like things are really busy for me. I'm having issues with my kids right now because my daughter was starting to be a teenager.
Now, I published, by the way, all of those text messages between us in the 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 series blogs I did. And I literally said in there, I'm like, spend time with your kid. Don't worry about the blog. Spend time with your kid.
I remember that. I remember
she kept saying, no, don't worry about it. We'll be able, she'll help me out with the blog. She writes the blogs herself. She'll help out. And I'm like,
yeah. She said, oh, she'll write the blog. Yeah.
I've published the messages. Go look at the 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 series part 5. The screenshots don't lie. That's literally what she said. Is like, I'm like, dude, take all the time you need. Like, so this is just a fucking
Nolan
lie.
brings up an excellent point.
Right. Nobody would like. She stayed a year and a half. And she's like, I really fucking actually hated it the whole time.
The whole time.
I actually hated it.
And, you know,
she stayed for the
$200 that meant a lot.
Like she stayed for the fame. That's what she stayed for.
That's
because
exactly
she stayed because she was attempting to Lauren Laguna. I see what you're doing back there. I want a doobie. Okay. So anyway,
Laguna. Oh, you know, girl.
So she stayed for the fame because she realizes like I'm not big enough yet. I haven't established a brand here to branch off of. I need to continue to use this guy for a couple more years until people know who I am, and then I'll go my separate ways and burn shit down on the way out. Like it was all part of the plan.
More than maybe some other people's teenagers. And then he would call me at like 2 a.m. talking a mile a minute and tell me things like, sometimes I get really sad. I might want to
listen to
the
this
doctor. Sometimes I just don't want to be alive anymore. And I would feel bad and go, you know what? Never mind. I'll work my stuff out.
Did you hear what she just said about my private conversations with her?
Mm-hmm.
That what did I tell her?
You told her you're having mental health issues.
That I'm depressed.
Yeah.
And then like, you know, I
thought you were faking that, and I thought you did that whole thing.
She literally says right here that I
had this narc too.
That think about what she just said there. You guys just heard the clip of her saying, oh, he's faking it. He's not really depressed. He's not really suicidal. He's making it all up. Yet here she is saying, I had conversations with him in which he expressed his depression to me and shared his innermost thoughts. What a fucking liar.
Literally
what
verbatim.
a liar.
Yep, I had that
what a liar. And this is what I do, by the way, Kate. This is what receipts actually look like. This is what documentation actually looks like, is you bring up, here you said this, here you said that. These two ideas are completely in conflict because you are a pathological liar. Go on.
I'll keep trying to write for you. And then at some point, obviously, the YouTube thing happened, and that was pretty much the beginning of the end for us.
And that was pre-LG too. Exactly. Thank you. That it's not just her.
complex. Did you ever tell him that he was your idol?
Yeah, I believe I did.
She wrote that in the blog.
No.
Oh yeah,
Merb.
she did. She admits it here, but then she was like, I retract it now.
No.
Ugh.
Did he ever attempt to have sex with you?
He made some inappropriate comments.
Oh, this
What
is
did I
comment.
do?
I have nothing.
That doesn't really answer my question. I've made inappropriate comments.
Nah, but I know you're joking.
Am I?
You are. Shut up. Like, no, I know you are. Yeah, I know that you are. Different. And I mean, at one point, he had taken sort of a clandestine picture of my legs.
Here we go.
I've only met him in person, I think.
So real quick, this story, what she's about to tell, here's the real story, is that I was sitting in court on a Ryan Waters court date. This was the first time I'd ever met Kate in person. And the first time I'd ever seen Ryan Waters in person. And Ryan was sitting at we're in the back row of the courtroom and he's on the other side, but we're in the same row. And so Kate is sitting next to me. She's to my left. And you're not supposed to take pictures in court, but I took one. And so I took a picture of Ryan because I wanted a picture of Ryan. And in the picture of Ryan, Kate's legs are there. Okay. They're in like the foreground of the picture and you can see Ryan in the background. And I sent that picture to a woman by the name of Michelle Olson on Facebook. And she's since gone with Kate. She's one of the Peter readers. And I sent it to Michelle Olson and I said, look, I go, there's Ryan behind Bristol's sexy legs or something like that. But it was I wasn't taking a picture of her. I was taking a picture.
And you were being like cordial, like whatever,
right.
because you were blogging and she was like friendly, you know?
Yeah.
So
and I'm just like being like,
there's Bristol. Didn't.
Yeah, there's Bristol's sexy legs. They weren't really sexy, Kate. That's just me being nice.
She even says in here, she goes, admittedly, they looked like they were sausages stuffed into pantyhose. So I was like, go, Kate, at least you're honest about yourself.
Yeah, like they try, Kate, if I'm being completely honest, no, they weren't actually sexy. Okay. But the picture was of Ryan. Your legs were in them, and I made a fucking crack about them. Not to you, to Michelle Olson. Okay. You've since seen them. Like Michelle Olson has now shown you a screenshot of that. And you are now pretending that this is me sexually harassing you, which is a complete made up lie because you don't have any, because I never once hit on you. I never once tried to get sexual with you. And you're probably upset about that because now you're looking around and you're like, well, LG got a little red meat, right? Then why didn't he offer it to me? He was fair game. I didn't like, and you're just sitting there. And the answer is because you're disgusting, because your face is hideous. You have craters on your face. You're 6 feet tall. You look like an ogre. You're shaped like an hourglass. Okay. I don't know what, no, not an hourglass, more like an eggplant. And I don't know what's like, something's wrong with you, obviously. So that is why. It's because under no circumstances would I ever want to go there with you because you're gross. But carry on. This is her version of the story.
2 or 3 times, unless you count last night when he shook like a leaf and bitched down like the bitch that he is.
Oh, tough girl.
Yeah, like maybe 2 or 3 times in person.
Yeah, we're gonna throw in that dig real quick, though.
That somebody was dragging him to court for something, and he had taken like a clandestine picture of my legs, and it wasn't even a flattering picture. I was wearing pantyhose, I think, at the time. It literally looked like sausages, just But he sent it to someone, and he said, "These are Kate's sexy legs." And I didn't find out about it until like months later when they told, and I was like, really
mention the other context of the message.
Another time,
he
sent me
that means wait.
What?
He took a picture of your legs and said these are Kate's sexy legs, which could be honest or it could be sarcastic.
Thank you, Merb.
Means that he wanted to have sex with you?
No, it was inappropriate.
Plus, there was other content.
Lots of things.
Yeah, it was
creepy.
It was a picture of Ryan
self-masturbating. So inappropriate is his middle name.
Don't judge.
But I'm asking you if he like made
it was upon request. Okay.
Overt, attempts to have intercourse with you.
Well, he's a bitch. So I don't think he's ever really made overt. Well, until recently we've seen, but I mean, overt. No, I think that he probably only goes after females to write for him because there is some sort of ulterior motive. I'm judging that based on offhanded comments that he had made to me that were inappropriate and creepy and not well received. And of course, he's a bitch, so if it's not well received, he's not going to keep
I agree with this.
And
Definitely.
I believe this because I have seen him in group messages with other women talking about how, he likes to troll for fans and fuck fans and this and that and everything else. I think that he loves to bring up the fact that I once called him my idol because I think that it feeds into the sense of like power and weird.
No, it just shows how much you love the blog. You're a
Oh,
hypocrite.
Kate was
That you're
really,
lying
complimentary
about
of
how
me,
you
which,
didn't like the blog.
I said it at
You
the
loved
time.
it.
I don't remember if I meant it.
I don't remember if I meant it. Then why would you have said it?
Of course,
Yeah.
that's what you do.
So
with
you're
these.
lying.
I might have
Okay.
been serious. Probably somewhere in the middle, honestly.
Yeah,
but
this sounds honest.
I
This sounds
take
real
it back
honest.
now. I spend most of my time online now trying to
That's the best she
consciously
got.
not to be like
The best
Aiden,
she's
and
got.
I beat myself up when I find myself, giving into my darker impulses and mirroring his behavior. That's just the truth.
Oh, right.
But you do mirror his behavior.
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay. Has he ever sued you either for a harassment prevention order?
This is good.
or
yes.
for
Merb came
Yeah, for-
prepared,
And this
baby.
was
He brought.
done too.
Three
And
He
this was
brought
done
it.
too.
He-
Three
Two
times.
times. I think 2 times.
I love it.
Final answer?
Yeah, final answer. I think
Yes,
it was
this was
twice.
gold.
Twice. Did he ever succeed?
No.
Okay. Did you ever sue him either for a harassment prevention or for monetary damages?
1 harassment prevention order.
How'd it go?
So you never sued him for monetary damages?
No.
Did you ever?
So first of all, the harassment order, how'd that go? He forgot to ask that. She tried to get a harassment order against me. She failed miserably, and it was hilarious. And we shared the audio. She tried to lecture the judge about federal law. She was told to shut up, and she just completely humiliated herself in the courtroom. So now he's going to ask her. She never sued me, but if you'll recall, 𝗵𝗵 did a fundraiser in August of 2020 in which she raised over $4,000 in donations to sue me, and then just kept the money. And he's going to ask her. This dude did his research.
Did you ever copyright strike him?
Yes.
Ooh,
Did
this is
you,
interesting.
Present a falsified complaint, federal copyright claim complaint?
100% yes.
Okay. Do you know who Marcus, Erico,
I love
Emmer,
this
and
part.
Brooks
Yeah.
is?
Actually, let me
I'm
let me read that comment. They said, yeah, he did okay when the good questions were asked. The only thing pressed her on was the fake case reporting thing. So yeah, he totally could have just turned this into like whatever.
I noticed that too.
But-
And it makes me wonder, because they're friends, if he took it a little easier.
No, I think at the beginning he actually said, I'm going to ask her tough questions. But I think at the same time, it's like you want to remain unbiased, and you want to you don't want to make her seem too uncomfortable. She could get out and walk out. You know what I mean?
That's
It's just
true
like
too, yeah.
you want to keep her for the whole time. And dude, trust me, this guy, he's a lawyer. He knows what he's fucking doing. He let her fucking bury herself. And let me bring up, so what they're about to talk about here is this, okay? So this was in 2020. This is after Kate left. And when she left, she made a bunch of content on the YouTube page, right? Like for instance, she used to do a show called the Bristol Crew on my on the YouTube account. And so after she left, that she wanted those videos, but they belong to me because they're on my channel. You worked for me. You don't get to take your office equipment home with you. Okay. That belongs to Turtleboy, property of Turtleboy, to my business, my LLC at the time. Belongs to me. It doesn't belong to you. And so, but she wanted it. And so she, in order to get it, she files a copyright complaint. And how that works is, what I get a notification, there's been a copyright claim on one of your videos. The video that she tried to get, do you remember when she what she did to a guy named 𝗿𝗶𝗆? Do you guys remember that name?
I remember the name, yeah.
So 𝗿𝗶𝗆 is a First Amendment auditor dude who basically he had a warrant out for his arrest. And so Kate agreed to meet with him at a Dunkin' Donuts in Attleboro, under the pretext that they were going to have a conversation about liberty or something like that. I don't know. Well, she had no intention to have a conversation. She had called the police and set him up and had him arrested. And she filmed the whole thing, and it was funny to her. And to me, I got a lot of blowback for that. And I defended her because I had her back.
Yeah, and she was on your staff at that time, but
so many people sent me messages. And they were just like, dude, what the fuck? You like, that's not cool. Like, you know, if you're going to get him arrested, do it honestly. Like, she lied to him. And I'm like, I defended her because I'm like, I had her back unconditionally, because that's what you do with people that you support. You have their back. And she obviously didn't have mine, but I had her back. And so anyway, she wanted the video. She put a copyright claim in for the video, but the video belongs to me because she streamed it on my channel. So it's my video. And so when that happens, you get to file a counter notification, which I did. And I said, no, this video actually belongs to me. She filmed it on my channel. She's in the video. I'm not, but she filmed it on my channel. So it belongs to me. And after that, the person that put the complaint in has to submit to YouTube a copy of a federal complaint filed in federal court showing that they are suing you for copyright. Because, or else, how else does she prove that, no, I'm actually taking action against this and you need to do something about this, YouTube? So they are required to do that, right? So she files, and I'm like, okay, well, that's the end of it, right? Now she won't be able to do that. Next thing you know, I get this from YouTube. It says, thank you for your counter notification. We have received the attached court complaint in regard to this content. Therefore, we regretfully cannot honor this counter notification. The content will not be reinstated. And there's a copy of a federal complaint in here. And so I click on that. Okay. I click on the PDF document that you see there, and it brings me to this. United States District Court for the United States District Court for the District of Massachusetts. And it says Catherine Peter against Aidan Carney. Complaint. And it's got a case number up here. And it's all filled out. And I'm like, this looks official. When you look at this, you're like, holy shit, this bitch actually filed a federal complaint against me in court. When did she have time to write this whole thing up and do this and blah, 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 blah. So I go and I just Google the docket number at the top of the fucking complaint, right? Because there's a docket number up here, and I Google it. And if I click on this, it brings me to this. I Googled that docket number and it brings me to this. 𝗏𝗟𝗃 versus Liberation Pay Ltd. This is a 2013 federal complaint out of Massachusetts that she forgot to take off the fucking docket number to. First of all, it wouldn't have a docket number because it's just a complaint that you've written up.
It hasn't gone through the system yet.
Right. And so that's one thing you probably should have learned. And so I looked this up and I'm like, I researched and I look up the whole fucking complaint, and she just Googled it, found a complaint about copyright, and inserted our names into the complaint. She just edited it out because that's what Kate does. Kate is a master of manipulation and just takes documents and forges them. That's what she did with and this is a crime what she did. I could have pursued this, but I'm like, fuck, what do I give this shit? You know, whatever. I got the video. I ended up winning because I told YouTube about this. I got the fucking video back. So it's like, dude, that's insane to go ahead and do something like that. So that's what they're going to talk about here. Let's bring back the video. And because Merb, keep in mind, this is the same woman who is complaining that 𝗟𝗏 is putting in bad, fraudulent YouTube strikes on her. And she's like, miss, by the rules. Like, no, you can't do that. That's abuse of the system and it's abuse of the courts. Bitch, what is this? What you're literally
about the rules of Discord.
Yeah, you're all about the rules, but you're out here committing fraud. Okay. And you got caught doing it too, because you're not fucking good at it. So this is what she says, how she explains that.
That in your current line of work, they represent your employer.
So she's talking about 𝗵𝗶 here. And 𝗵𝗶, Marcus or 𝗵𝗶𝗀𝗃 Brooks, is a law firm out of Braintree. And 𝗵𝗶 was the law firm that was involved in that complaint. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so 𝗵𝗶, as fate would have it, 𝗵𝗶 represented me in a lawsuit. They represented me in the lawsuit that that we had dismissed. And I signed an NDA basically not to write about this woman anymore. I agreed to erase the blog so it would go away. And I've never mentioned her since then, that one. And, because that lawsuit cost me 𝗵𝗶 is expensive. I blew 25 grand on that lawsuit over a year. And, oh yeah. And so, because it's every fucking time you email them, it's $80 because it's 1/5 of an hour to fucking email you and time, my $400 rate. It's like it
Not
adds up.
60 grand at least.
Yeah, it was fucking
Crazy,
not. Yeah, it was expensive, and so I think what happened here is that Merb does his research, and he's like, oh, so tell me about this 𝗵 thing, because 𝗵, as fate would have it, they mostly do property stuff. So she used Kate works for a property management company in Bridgewater, Kingswood Village, and 𝗵 has represented her company before. So think of the conflict in this. Kate is pretending to have hired 𝗵, an attorney, a law firm that her company does business with. She's fucking pretending that they also represent her in this fraudulent federal case. And Merb did his research and he asks her about that. Watch this. Look at her. She's frozen.
I'm not trying to disclose who your employer is or anything like that, but I'm going to assume that, and your close is close enough. Do you know 𝗵𝗲𝗄𝗧?
Why are you asking that?
Look at she's nervous.
I ask a lot of the dumb questions. Some of them are pointed.
I love this. She like froze here.
Did Gary ever prepare a complaint for you?
I'm not going to comment on that.
Okay. What were your finances like between, let's say?
So he asks her about that because 𝗵𝗲𝗄𝗧 was the lawyer from 𝗵 who was involved in the actual copyright lawsuit that Kate pretended. So she's like Gary 𝗵, his name is on that lawsuit. So Kate is passing off that this lawyer represents her. And that's fucking fraud too. You are saying that this lawyer signed a fucking document and that he represents you. You lying piece of shit. You got caught.
Hey, the middle of 2018 to the middle of 2020. Were you flush? Were you a little shy of money during that time?
No, I'm about the same I am now. I've never been flush, but
we'll
I
get to that.
Support myself and my children pretty comfortably.
Oh, she's comfortable. Okay. Yeah, well.
So you weren't having any financial issues during that time?
No.
Okay. No lawsuits, small claims lawsuits about any monies that you owed during that time?
I mean, I honestly don't. I mean, there's probably some out there. I don't really attend to them.
Okay.
Do you have small claims against you?
Did you do any?
She's had a couple of judgments against
during that time.
Yes.
Did you do any fundraising for specific purposes or just general? Give me money. I'm having a hard time paying.
No, it was specifically for. I was planning to sue Turtleboy. Is what happened.
I was planning on it, but then
how much money approximately did you raise to sue Turtleboy?
I believe it was around $3,000.
It was $4,000.
$3,000.
Whatever.
And what happened to that money?
It was actually spent on an attorney for a clerk magistrate's hearing that was brought against me by the Holden police, where Aiden had falsely claimed that I had hacked his devices.
Oh, falsely.
So the Holden police declined to file charges, but he badgered them. So they finally kind of rolled over and said, well, we'll turn it over to
That's what cops do. They just wait till you piss them off enough.
Right. So to be clear, the Holden Police Department, not me, filed a criminal complaint against Kate in December of 2020, which she claims that's where the money went to. That she raised all this money to sue me. She never sued me, but she spent it on another lawyer. So it's all good. Like, who cares? Like I said, I was raising money for this, but actually I used it for this other thing. Whatever. Like, this is insane how much money she has raised under fraudulent things. Now, what was the criminal complaint about? For you newbies, let's go back and look what happened here. Okay. This right here was after Kate left, we had some alt accounts on the Facebook page that had control of it. And one day somebody messages me and is like, did you post this? Did you post this? And it says this is when Kate went down and got a temporary ex parte harassment order against me. And in the 10 days between when she got the order, and when the hearing was held, she tried to get me arrested several times. And this was the most brazen. All of a sudden I get notified about this. It says, Kate, I know you're watching right now. You fucked with my business, my livelihood, and family, you vile cunt. This is a promise. I will ruin your entire life. and I won't stop until everything you love is burned to the ground. You will suffer more than you ever suffered before. You poked the turtle. Good luck, bitch. It even has a laughing emoji. It was up there for a couple, like 10 minutes probably. I didn't even see it. It got screenshotted and sent to me. Obviously, do you guys think I wrote that?
No.
Like, no. So you know how? Obviously, I get that, and I immediately
doesn't even sound like you.
Yeah, it doesn't even sound like me. It's
It
just like
just like her. It was like
Yeah.
she was trying to pretend it wasn't her.
right.
Right.
And she went and brought this to the North Attleboro police to say, look, he violated the restraining order. Go arrest him. Like, that's what she did. Because I got contacted by the North Attleboro police. Like, did you post this? No, I didn't fucking post that. So I know that she fucking did this. And so I go and I'm able to prove it. Watch this video.
Earlier this afternoon, around estimated 1:30 to 2 o'clock range, published a comment underneath a story that says as follows: Kate, I know you're watching right now. You fucked with my business, my livelihood, my family, you vile cunt. This is a promise. I will ruin your entire life. I won't stop until everything you love is burnt to the ground. You will suffer more than you have ever suffered before. You poke the turtle. Good luck, bitch. You'll notice it says author at the top of it, which indicates that this was the actual page that published this and not a fake page.
Because that's what I initially thought. I'm like, when somebody sent that to me, I'm like, that's got to be a fake account. That's got to be someone pretending to be, because I didn't write that. And it says, no, it says author on it. That was your page that made that. And I'm like, what the fuck?
The actual Turtleboy page. So to figure out who posted this, because I did not post this and I would never post something like this, and I was alerted about this, you go to your admins. And I looked at all the admins, and many of these are alternate accounts that I use or people that I trust use. To my knowledge, 𝗃𝗃 did not have access to this page. However, when I go on the settings, page management history, you'll notice that at 1:41 this afternoon, 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 was removed as an admin. 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 is 𝗃𝗃's Facebook page.
So 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 was one of Kate's alts. And I did not get rid of Juan Ortiz. That was also an account that she controlled. So she added 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃. Okay. I apologize. It was later removed. She tried to erase her steps here. Okay. So 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 logged onto the page at 1:37. The comment was made at 1:39. And then 4 minutes later, 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 was deleted as an admin. This is Kate's account. I have proof it's Kate's account. I have chats of her saying, I'm 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃. That's me. And she literally went on there, logged in at the exact time this comment was made, and wrote a threat to herself, which she then brought to the freaking North Attleboro Police Department in an attempt to get me arrested on a violation
removed herself
of a harassment
as an
prevention order
admin at 1:41 p.m. Now, I have many of all these accounts on here. Of all these accounts, I've begun to go through and change all of the passwords on them.
Okay. So basically, I mean, that's all you need to see, that she was in the account at the exact same time that it was published. And look at this. Look at this message right here that I got. This is her and I talking. 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃. Bristol, where are you? Samson's blah, blah. He goes, LOL, I'm H. There it is. I'm H. That's me. I made H an admin of the Civilians Pride Parade. I need a story. Today is boring. Someone needs to get pissed off at me. Yeah, sure thing. You know, and Kate says, and there's H in our group chat. H is going, no one does public urination. The gay one, H, she can slurp my clit, H says. Oh my God, that nacho retard. Blah, blah, blah. My firstborn child is the bane. Look what Kate says about her own child. You're going to say I'm a bad parent? Here she is under the 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 account saying, my firstborn child is the bane of my existence. I like whiskey and peeing in parking lots. Trash. But again, I imagine asking where my kids are when that's you. You call your kids the bane of your existence because
not David, the burning truck. It was just This is just a burning truck example, but go ahead.
Yeah. So notice in that message that she wrote the whole like everything is going to burn. The next day at her work, a truck was burned. But I showed the pictures of it. It's probably on another blog. The truck, the front seat of a company truck was burned, but then the flame stops. Like, and I sent the picture, like nothing else was burned. The steering wheel wasn't charred or anything. And so I sent it to a couple firefighters who actually do fire investigations. And they said, this was a controlled fire. Whoever did this wanted to make the appearance that there was some sort of fire. They put it out. Whoever started the fire also put out the fire because there's no smoke damage. The wheel is untouched and it just stopped on its own. It wouldn't just fucking stop spreading, right? It's covered in fucking fabric and stuff. It would go up like a fucking whatever. And this was obviously done. Coincidentally, the day before, Kate's posted under my account that we're going to burn shit. So I showed this to the Holden police and the Holden police are like, oh yeah, that's fucking case closed. I brought it to the North Attleboro police. And I talked to some boomer sergeant there who was like, I don't get what's going on here. And he just didn't understand it because he's a boomer. So I bring it to the Holden Police Department and they're like, oh yeah, this is an obvious whatever. And it goes to we had a criminal complaint hearing and it was not issued, not because of a lack of evidence, but because of jurisdiction. Kate's lawyer just said, look if she committed this crime, which we're not admitting to, then she committed it in North Attleboro and not in Holden. And the magistrate agreed. Even the Holden police told me that. They're like, they might get that. They might get you on jurisdiction. She didn't get this because she won. That's not the reason the complaint wasn't issued. The complaint was not issued because of what I just said. Okay. So let's go back to the interview.
I wonder what the statute of limitations is on that.
Yeah. I mean, I could have pursued my own criminal complaint and filed it because the police weren't going to do it in North Attleboro. But I could have sued her for it. Like there's a lot of things I could do, but she's broke. Like Mark Randaz always says, the first thing Mark says whenever I'm like, can we sue this person? The first thing he has is, do they have money? No? Okay. Then don't sue them if they don't have money. There's no point, then it's not worth your time because you're going to spend all this money suing them. You're going to win and you ain't going to get shit. Doesn't matter.
Donors for that. And this was discussed. I can think of one person who has taken exception to it, who has been offered to just take a refund 4 years. But I can tell you that I'm not going to tell you who. Aiden would know who the main donor in that
Gaffney
was. If you really thought about it, Aiden would know who the main donor in that
Gaffney put his name on it.
Right. Who did not take any exception to it being rolled over to attorney's fees or something else. And then it was discussed afterwards whether, pursuing another claim would be prudent, but I've gone on and off over that throughout the years. The fact of the matter is the guy is fucking judgment proof. Yes, it's fucking judgment proof.
It's called not committing libel. That's why I'm judgment proof, because I don't commit libel.
Continue to be on the defensive all the time and go, oh, if you lie about me, I'm going to sue you. That's not how I want to handle things today. It was back then. I've learned a lot since then. A lot.
So on this money that you raised for this other particular lawsuit, did you inform the donors before you changed the destination of the funds of what you were going to do with it?
Yes.
Okay. And it was at that time you said, I'm going to change the destination of these funds for a
look at her face.
If you want,
look at her face.
You can have a refund.
Look at that face.
Okay. And no one at that time said, I want a refund.
No.
Okay.
So it's okay because no one asked for a refund.
It is my understanding that you were going to go and meet someone for dinner last night. Is that
okay? So now she talks about last night.
Pause 1 second.
Yep.
So that screenshot I sent you, remember earlier, like with the comment circled during the interview, like in the group chat, where it said like that because she says here that she sent receipts to her donors or whatever, let them know ahead of time that like stuff was changing, and that person in the chat at the time said in all caps like, oh, but she just sent something like just red receipts that they're pending and they can be deleted. So it wasn't actually like a legitimate thing. It's something that she can alter at any point.
Okay. Do you have?
Yeah, the screenshots in the.
Oh, right. Okay. But they are receipts, somebody said, for payment pending, which can be canceled. Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Also, I don't know if notice is enough unless you give notice and the ability to get a refund. you'd have to like say, you'd have to get permission from everybody. Like, hey, is it okay that I switch the funds? Not just give notice.
Yeah, just like, so I'm just spending it on something else. It's like, it's not
otherwise, how would they know? It's not going to tell them that like, the data changed.
It's not like she's bringing in so much money that like you should have a trust set up. Like you're bringing up a lot of cash. You could get sued, but like the IRS could audit you. A lot of shit could go wrong here. You should have set up a trust when you got this cash influx and just made it clear, like this is going to a general legal fund, not for any specific thing, but you said it was for a specific thing. You know,
right,
wait, Jake, what's up?
Could you imagine if you like went to a restaurant and ordered like a pizza, and then after you paid, they were like, hey, just so you are on notice, we're giving you a turkey sandwich. And then they just give you a turkey. Like, well, we gave you notice. So,
yeah, so eat your turkey sandwich, stupid. All right, let's play some more.
Can you talk about what happened last night?
Yeah, I know. I've been seeing Irish Demon. He came in from Boston. He's been hanging out with Shannon and hanging out with me. And so he had this this plan, this express mission that he was going to confront Aiden. And so Aiden ended up going out.
Can I interrupt you there?
We're going to have a chat.
I don't follow Irish Demon, so I just need to know kind of what you mean by confront, like fisticuffs or just.
No. I know that's what his subscribers were saying. I think it's so silly though when people are like, oh, so-and-so is going to beat up so-and-so on the internet. It's never going to happen, right? Like that's not, I mean, we're talking about people that are all in their 30s and 40s. Like nobody's getting into a knockdown.
Agreed.
It's not happening. It's silly to say that. I don't think it's something that people should be like pushing for, because what does that do anyway? Like, you know,
I laughed at all the people that said that
at best.
Oh,
so I don't believe that it was fisticuffs. I believe that what he was going to do was ask him some very very pointed and loaded questions and kind of play like they were friendly, and try to get as much information out of him about this ongoing stuff. Maybe some, you know, misdeeds that Aiden has been a little squirrely about, talking about, you know, that he was going to try to get that information. So he did, and I was there. As Aiden anticipated, I was going to be there. I did watch a little bit of a live stream that he did on the way there, and he specifically said that there was a good possibility that good old 𝗚𝗏𝗏𝗏 might be there, and that's okay because he's got a camera too. Yuck. So
are you good old crusty panties?
I am. I'm good old crusty panties.
Okay, just wanted to be sure.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was Irish Demon who was going to be crusty panties. I mean,
maybe after this he might be.
I mean, this is exactly it from the True Patriot. She was worried. Like, they need Irish Demon. They need people like him because he has influence. Same with me back when she needed me. They see people who have influence and a lot of subs, and they're like, we need to get this guy on our side. We need to poison him and fill his brain with lies about Aiden. We need to weaponize him in our flame war with Aiden. So we have to tell him what a horrible person he is. And that's probably that's all he knows. He's just been told all these lies. And so he offers to me, I'm going to take you up on it because I'm going to show you the real me. You're not going to get this, what the lies, the fake me that Kate Peter is presenting to me. You're going to get the real me. And that is what scared Kate. The fact that I was going to show this man, she knows I'm a reasonable person. She knows I'm going to get in there and we're going to talk and we're going to hit it off. And she wants to prevent that from happening. She was hoping that her presence there, that I would flip out on her. And I didn't. That's why she brought up my kids. I didn't flip out. I kept my cool because I'm smarter than you, Kate. I'm better than you at this. You're out of your league. You're a high school fucking barely graduated from high school. You rent a Section 8 dump. You're not in my league. You'll never be in my league. You and I are not rivals. We're not the same. You're just a ratchet I'm taking down that won't fucking go away. That's all you are, and that's all you'll ever be. You'll contribute nothing to this world. One day you'll die. No one will care. No one will miss you, and your contribution to the world will be nothing but chaos and shit. So go on.
I'm sure he'll come up with an equally clever and acerbic nickname because he really is a brain trust going on.
Acerbic. Oh my word of the day down again.
Word of the day.
He knew that I was going to be there. Like he did. So that's
no, I didn't.
So I think he was supposed to show up at 6 o'clock. We were sitting downstairs at the hotel bar for about an hour, and it's like 6:30, and we're like, all right, well, he's not showing up. That's fine. Irish was having a drink. Like
that's all. I mean,
looked at the menu and decided that
I got there at 6:20.
I would not be ordering from that menu. We would just go somewhere else.
It's too expensive for her. It was an expensive menu.
Kind of, slowly finishing up his drink. We turn around, Aiden's there, right? Okay, cool. So Aiden is immediately like, oh, very friendly with Irish. And he turns around, he sees me, and is kind of stops dead in his tracks, and he goes, oh, look who's here. I was like, Aiden. where are your kids tonight? Where's your wife? Right?
Why would you ask
that? Right. Say anything, put his head down, and Demon was like, all right, you're going to have your chance.
He ignored
so
you.
Now,
like you should have.
Shannon.
So Demon asks me, like, would you want to sit at a table with me? And he's like apologizing to me. He's like, he was embarrassed to have them there. And she didn't know you were going to be there, but you were supposed to show up at 6. That's a good point.
Right?
Yeah. Did she really say that she didn't know I was going to be there?
I don't know.
I don't think she said
Did
that.
She say that?
No, she knew I was going to be there. She said she was watching my stream and announced
yeah,
to the world.
So she would have to know.
She definitely knew I was coming. So Irish Demon was willing to sit with me at a table, not the bar. Okay. Now, this is another thing. If he taped me, that would mean that
he'd have to move his whole
he'd have to move his setup that he had it planned at a table, right? But then they left, so we took the bar. So he just set it up on the fly. So the whole setup, like, there was nothing there. It was just two guys talking, and he accessed his phone multiple times during the stream to pull up screenshots, emails, stuff like that to reference it. I could see his phone. It wasn't recording. So,
you mean during the conversation, not during the stream?
Yeah, during our conversation. That's correct. Thank you. So let's play some more.
I'm sitting here. Irish Demon goes around in between me and Aiden, and Aiden's sitting over here. And it's, Shannon looks at me and she looked nervous. I thought she was nervous. And she goes, oh, do you want to go outside and have a cigarette? And I'm like, no, I'm fine. And then there's like a good 3 minutes of just nobody's speaking. It's just dead silent.
I was talking to him.
So I'm like, all right, yeah. like we'll go outside and have a cigarette. So we go outside and have a cigarette. And it was cold. So I said, well, let's go sit in your car. And we realize as we're trying to turn on her car that she has run out of gas. I'm like, no big deal. Let's get in my car and I'll take
her car ran out of gas.
This is what I'm telling you. This was the whole thing I was talking to you about earlier today. This was the huge thing.
So they took two cars.
Yes. First of all, yeah, you took 2 cars there, but you were allegedly together all day. And second of all, her car ran out of gas. Like fucking when? You mean when the warning light came on telling you had 20 fucking miles left to go get gas? Or like what? And it just sputtered to death in the parking lot and you couldn't fucking turn the ignition? Like,
yeah, nobody runs out of gas in the parking lot. You run out of gas on the highway. That's how you find out. You don't know it. Yeah, I'm sure this is what happened. So she says that they went outside for a cigarette and then they were cold and they went in their car, but the car had no gas. But wait a minute. I thought that I brought Lauren with me. Isn't that what they said? Well, where is she at?
Yeah.
Let's see what she said.
Take you to the gas station, get a gas can. We'll fill up your tank and then go back inside. So in the interim, we learned that the friend of Aiden's who has an order on me, the protected party, has arrived, which I thought was a little weird. If you know I'm going to be there.
Actually, no, I didn't. That's a lie.
Yeah, so she did not. Yeah, you never announced that you were coming here, right? I mean, is Lauren there?
I mean, it was up in the air because I didn't know yet. You were going to ask him.
Right. So this is a lie. Let's play this.
And regardless, though, like you can go anywhere you want. Like,
yeah, exactly.
You don't have to control where you're going.
I had no idea she was going to be there.
Pay attention for when she says, you are. If you were afraid of.
Oh yes, we're going to get to that. Yeah. Let me just play this one more time.
We learned that the friend of Aiden's who has an order on me, the protected party, has arrived, which I thought was a little weird. If you know I'm going to be there.
How did she know that Lauren arrived?
That whole gas thing was completely fabricated off the cuff to cover up the fact that they did sit in the parking lot and stare.
Yeah.
So that's ultimately because she can't say it. She's like, I'm a creep.
We sat there and watched creepily.
Yeah, we sat there in the fucking parking lot and watched her enter. That's how you knew she was there, because you were watching like a psychopath.
Because like I said, if they really left and came back, they wouldn't have seen her enter. She entered quickly. You go in a building. In and out is not like something that takes a long time. That's a good point too. That's a good point. Yeah, unless
you didn't leave
to come in as you saw her, and you would have seen her from the back. Yeah. You don't know her that well to know it's her.
She sat there. She was uncomfortable being around me, so they left. And they're like, let's just wait till this is over, sit in the parking lot. And then they see Lauren walk in and they're like, holy shit, let's take some pictures of her. Oh my God. That was the only way they could know that she was there, because Irish Demon was not communicating them. He was talking to me. I mean, at no point did he send a message. Not once did he send a message.
It was probably that time where he said he hadn't talked to them in 10 minutes. It was probably around that.
He was not communicating with them at all. So let's play.
Wearing
Go ahead.
like that.
She looks at the seat like, what are you looking at? She can't look at the fucking camera. It's insane.
Why is it when she's on her channel, she can look right into the camera, but on this interview, she is not looking at it at all.
She's got a boomer moment. She can't figure out how the camera works all of a sudden. Weird.
And you know, you're supposed to be in fear of me, and Aiden knew was always going to be there. Like, why show up? But okay, so she shows up. So I'm like, all right.
Again, wait, what did you just say? Let's play that again.
Go back. So
that's interesting. Listen to what she says. Listen to what she says.
Who has an order on me? The protected party has arrived, which I thought was a little weird. If you know I'm going to be there, and you know, you're supposed to be in fear of me, and Aiden knew was always going to be there. Like, why show up? But okay, so she showed.
You're supposed to be in fear of me, not she's supposed to be in fear of me. You're supposed to be. When you say it like that, who are you speaking to? You're speaking directly to the person. That's the same fucking shit she got violated for the first time. That's another charge right there, Kate. I mean, do you ever learn? She is so cocky. Like, the smart thing to do is just shut the fuck up. Don't talk about her anymore. She's off limits. That's what is that what the magistrate? What did the magistrate say, Lauren? Like, about you? Like, you're still talking about her or something?
Yeah, like, you're still talking about her?
Yeah. Why are you talking about, like, you don't have to talk about her. You're skating on thin ice. You're playing with fire. And what you did right there is a violation. You can't say you're because you're talking to her when you do that. Okay? And that's what they got you for the first time.
Shows up. So I'm like, all right, well, I can't. Now I can't go back. So that's fine. So we make sure that we are in an excess of 100 yards away in a parking lot. And we're just kind of waiting and waiting and waiting. And apparently during this time, you know, Irish pulled out quite a bit of information. And of course, had his phone out and recorded the whole thing. So that's what happened last night. I was not a part of any of that. So
Irish, here's my question. I'm sure we'll see this eventually. How do you feel about that, dude? If you didn't actually record the conversation, how do you feel about the fact that Kate Peter is going on YouTube and telling the world that you're illegally wiretapping our private conversations? How do you feel about that? That this woman is on here telling the world that you committed a felony? I mean, do you want to be friends with someone like that? That's your choice. You do you, brother.
Waited till they had left, and then, you know, he called us, swing back around, and we went out to dinner with him and another subscriber of ours, and that was the end of that. But it's been kind of controversial today. Apparently Interpol is getting involved.
Ooh, Interpol.
That's what I've been told.
They might team up with the Washington National Guard, who is also big into enforcing laws in the United States.
Yep.
So,
that's what...
stupid question. You're the restrained party, so wouldn't the protected party be able to go wherever the hell she wanted?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Then by law, that's why I didn't go back there. Right.
And so you're not suggesting that the protected party did anything wrong, correct?
No.
Okay. And
she can go wherever she wants.
Pulls on ear.
I mean, it's
right. No, by law.
By law. Yeah, by law.
Woman, and Aiden is an adult consenting man. Why does it seem
so? She's like basically saying, like, she's not really scared of me if she's coming to where I'm at. First of all, she didn't know you were there.
I had no idea.
Right? Yeah, you had no idea. I'm the one that fucking told you she was there after you got there.
I was shocked you didn't text me. I walk in. I'm like, you told me right when I walk in.
Yeah, you were like, why didn't you tell me? I'm like, I don't know, because I'm with the demon. I'm busy in conversation. I thought I'd tell you when you get here. It's fucking crazy. I'm like, I was too into my conversation with him to even think about her.
Yeah.
So let's play some more. This gets interesting.
To bother you so much?
Why does it bother you so much?
I'm assuming Aiden's married because everybody's telling you he's cheating on his wife.
Nobody's business.
I'm just wondering why you care.
Thank you. Why do you care, bitch?
Are you married to him? Are you his wife?
God, no. God.
Okay.
No.
Are you related to his wife?
No.
Extramarital affairs.
It has literally nothing to do with anyone but Aiden directly. And
so
I
why
will tell
do you care?
Because he is someone who is...
Like, that's the ultimate. That's what the magistrate asked her. That's the $1 million question. And the answer to that, Merb, is she's obsessed with me. She has a fucking unhealthy obsession with me. There's no other explanation to describe why a woman who I've never had a relationship with is so concerned where I put the red meat, baby. She is fucking so concerned about it. And she just, like, it's fucking bizarre. It doesn't make sense to anyone because you're a fucking psychopath. That's the answer. No normal human being would care this much. Kate sent the mother of my fucking children who knows about all of this, by the way, and doesn't give a fuck. So use your fucking brain, folks, about what the fuck's going on there, right? And she got a fucking email at work from Kate telling her about all this. You need to know about this and blah, 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 blah. And she CC'd the goddamn principal on it. Like, who does that? Who CC? And for what purpose? To humiliate her in front of her boss? Like, what do? You think you're helping her? You don't give a fuck about her. You don't give a fuck about anyone but yourself. Go on.
Constantly using his platform to shit on other people's messy life decisions and families, myself included. But I can think back to I think a 6-year feud he's had going on now with this guy named Michael Gaffney. Same sort of situation.
We're going off on a tangent.
No, we're not. I'll tell you why.
She's like,
because of the hypocrisy behind it.
Oh, really?
So your solution to his hypocrisy is to do a little of your own and be like, oh, you're getting into other people's messy business, so I'm going to get into your messy business. That's the way.
Except I'm not being hypocritical, because do I write blogs about people cheating on their spouses?
No.
Do I write blogs about people's marriages? No, I don't, because it's nobody's fucking business but the people involved. Nobody knows what's going on. Nobody. And quite frankly, this whole thing seems to be a bait for me to like share my business. And I'm not going to give you that. I'm not going to tell you what's going on. I think you all know what's going on. It's not that fucking hard to figure out. I have 2 children, and this home is their home. Okay. When a lot of people get divorced, okay, daddy lives somewhere and mommy lives somewhere, right? And they have nights of daddies and nights of mommies. That will never happen with me. Okay. When I get a place, okay, they will not sleep there ever, because this is their home, and I will not do that to them ever. Okay. Some people might, and I get it. Everything is different, but me, it's important that they do not, that this is their fucking home. Those are their bedrooms. This is where their shit is. Their lives will not be disrupted because their parents realize that, it's, we got to do what we got to do here. Okay. So that's it. So there's your fucking answer. Not that it's any of your fucking business.
100%. And I'm not going to say that like that is mature or ethical or anything else, but it's honest. That is legitimately it. It is that fucking mirror that I prefer to hold up. You want to get into other people's messy business, like let's look at yours.
Yeah, you abuse children.
Get into his messy business,
which is that's fucking
you don't
news.
Have any issue at all with him getting into yours, because turnabout's fair play, right?
Well, now it has to be. Now it has to be. I did not feel that previous.
Why
previously, well, because I've now made that decision. Previously, when I did not do that, right, then it was a little bit unbalanced, right? I would just let him go, and he obsesses over my children, particularly my teenage daughter. I've had to sit and watch the reaction.
I mean, his name is Brett. He's your friend, actually.
Your children. To put it lightly,
he's playing her bad, right? He's
at some point
playing
made
her.
the turnabout decision that I was going to retaliate in kind, and now I have no business complaining anymore, right?
Did it work?
What?
Did your plan work? I mean, has it stopped him from making content about you?
No.
Has it stopped him from talking about your?
Oh, nothing was going to do that. Nothing.
He's destroying her.
What if he agreed to not make any?
Listen to this. Listen to this carefully.
For the results of the criminal proceedings that have been instituted against you, and in exchange, all he wants you to do is stop talking about him. What about that?
Okay, so let's do fair turnabout then. So, he wants to cover the criminal proceedings that have been instituted against me. Would it be productive for me to turn around and then start covering the criminal proceedings that are about to be instituted against him?
What?
About to be,
well, see,
because there aren't any, and you need to make them
criminal
up.
proceedings.
Well,
yeah.
he started covering before they were.
He's like, wait, he's like, so
he wants to cover.
She's talking about the 𝗵𝗵𝗃𝗃𝗃 imaginary fucking wiretapping lawsuit. Basically, like, should I talk about his criminal proceedings? And listen to what Merb says to her.
The criminal proceedings that have been instituted against me. Would it be productive for me to turn around and then start covering the criminal proceedings that are about to be instituted against him?
Well, see, there haven't been criminal proceedings.
Well, he started covering before they were proceeded against me. So
what?
Well, but there wasn't an agreement then. I'm trying to figure out if we can come to an agreement. And
she's like, honestly, there is no loss. There is no criminal.
We don't have to have an agreement. There's no reason to have an agreement if you're not going to abide by it, and he's not going to.
She tried.
That's just a waste of everybody's time. But if you're willing to do it, like if you think this is not productive, if me talking about him and his extramarital affairs and him talking about what happened with my kids 8 years ago or more, if that's not going to be productive, or I mean, nobody wants to see it.
Right. No,
you
it's
understand that, right?
It's not my preferred content at this point. Like, you know, I do genuinely, I mean, it gets boring. Do I like to see him get wound up sometimes? Like, I know right now he's probably hitting caps lock in your chat. I haven't looked yet. I'll go back and look later.
I was just calling her out in the chat. And I'm like, nope, honestly? Liar.
Yeah. Like, you know, but it's not something that I have an overwhelming desire to make a ton of content anymore because it's boring.
So many times. The Storm said that I was going to be charged a million times.
And where I like to keep my focus. I mean, the problem with me making these, it harkens back to sort of like the pasties thing. I'm not huge on making agreements that I don't think I can abide by.
Okay.
And take that as you will at face value. But I mean, if something else were to pop up and I would be like, oh yeah, no, Aiden's gonna fucking, I can milk him for some more amusement, you know, in a week, in a month, in a year, I'd probably do it. Stop it. Like, it's just
all right.
So this is what you do.
I have asked him. I've extended an olive branch to him. He accepted. I've extended it to you, and you've not. So there's no agreement. So we can.
So there we go. Right. I mean, I love how Merb just spoke about.
Aiden agreed to ceasefire.
Yeah. He asked me when he interviewed me, like, are you willing to stop? Absolutely. Absolutely, I am. And she's just like, no, because I like to fuck with people. That's what I do for a fucking, like, if I can't fuck with people on the internet, then what am I going to do with my time? Hang out with my kids? I wouldn't want to do fucking that. Like, dude, her kids interrupt this interview a few times, and she's just like, you want money? Like, at one point, she's like, you want money? It gives him fucking money. And then she's like, my kid just left on a skateboard without a helmet on.
Yeah, she's about to go. She literally goes like, my kid was about to leave the house without his helmet. He's going skateboarding. Like, she said that, like, I was like, helmet? Just for
She tried to bend like a real fucking mom. I swear to God, she set that up.
She didn't say a damn thing about a helmet. I'm sure there's no helmet going on.
Right. I'm sure you don't give a fuck.
On from there.
You're in your free-range
Let's talk about
kids.
Another bitch.
So we're gonna fast forward here.
Blue bacon.
So they go on some other auditor, and then they come back to the Q&A at the end.
And then I was like going up on YouTube and being like, I need to raise this money. We didn't double-edged sword there, as I'm sure you can surmise, but it's necessary because it's crowdfunded.
What?
Hold on.
Sorry,
it's just silent.
Take your time.
All right, so
5540 was like good. That's like where
as of today,
about the law firm receipts.
Okay, so she's going to talk about. He asked her, "How much money did you raise?"
$2,648.68.
$52,000 dues. And how much of that has been paid to your attorney?
$60,000.
Okay. Bullshit.
Have you?
This is great. Watch your face.
Manipulated a receipt from a law firm to suggest that you paid or received services more than you have?
No.
Bullshit. So first of all, Merb is getting somewhere with this. He's a lawyer. He knows what he's doing. Kate has shown receipts showing that she paid 60 fucking grand. And every time she does that, she uses it to raise more money. And she's like, free speech is under attack. Chili is attacking me, and Turtleboy is attacking me, and we need your help, and help us. And here's this receipt, and I paid this much money. I hired Meeb, and over the course of a fucking year, $25,000 in legal bills. I thought that was high. She's saying
this has happened in like a month.
60 fucking grand in a month on Chili de Castro? Give me a fucking break. There is no fucking way. She has been, I mean, Lauren Laguna, do you think she's paid 60 fucking grand in legal fees in a month?
There's no fucking way. And even if she did, she definitely shouldn't be acting destitute. She's going to be bailing out broken system, broken trust.
Great point.
That was
great
like
point.
that other, like allegedly where her other money went.
She paid, the other night, she paid $800 to bail out an auditor by the name of Broken System, Broken Trust. They call him on there. He got arrested. I don't even know. I don't know anything about it, so I'm not going to pretend, but he got arrested. And I know that her community does not like him. And so you have expendable income to just bail out some fucking auditor because Chili wanted to bail him out, but she wanted to troll Chili and bail him out first. And she just has $800 lying around. So she can fucking afford to do that, but please, I'm so poor. I need your money because I'm sued. There is no fucking way. No way that she paid 60 grand. That's a fucking lie. And
What?
and I get and people are shitting on Merb and they're saying, why didn't he ask the tough ones? He knows what he's doing. He's setting like he's letting the viewer figure this out for themselves. Like no fucking way. And he's giving her the rope to hang herself. Because if he comes too confrontational, then they're going. That's what lawyers do. They give you the fucking rope to hang yourself, and she's doing it.
What
Look at that face.
assurances do the donors have that the money that they're sending you is in fact going to be spent on your defense in the case that they have donated for the purpose of?
Well, so I scroll through this stuff
That's a good
live
question.
periodically. I've shared I've only gotten one invoice so far, so I shared that. I don't even know if I should have, right? But I did just for transparency's sake. I will continue to do that, as well as I pay through a program called a service, I should say, called 𝗵𝗶𝗆, and so I'm able to keep track of payments that way. And I've also scrolled through that, absent of any statements that I get.
You inputted a bunch of numbers.
That I'll share it in Discord a little bit more than YouTube. I don't love doing that because it's a double-edged sword there, as I'm sure you can surmise, but it's necessary because it's crowdfunded. But
so you spent about $30,000 on attorney's fees, which leaves about $20,000 still in your pocket, correct?
Well, I just continue to send the money over to the attorney is what I'm doing.
So as you get it, you send it to the attorney. You don't. So the attorney knows exactly how much to bill you.
Listen to this. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that face.
I love that, dude. I marked that. The huge stuff.
Oh my God.
I don't know. I'm not him.
Dude, this is what's
that was total. Oh fuck. I don't know.
Talk about deer in a headlights. It's just like, dude, he is calling you out in your fraud, and you're just like, I thought this was gonna be free for all. I thought you were gonna give me softballs. And he's like, so she wants you to believe that the lawyers have access to her GoFundMe, and that every time you donate, that money automatically goes to the lawyers who happen to bill you the exact amount that's been donated. That's what she's just fucking saying here.
No, she's saying anytime she gets donos, she just sends them to the lawyer. Like, you don't bother keeping account of what you owe them. You just send them the fucking money. Really?
So they automatically, without sending a bill or anything. Here's all my money, lawyers. Here's all my fucking money that's been donated. No. There's no fucking, what you do if you have this amount of money coming in is you create a trust. And if you say that it's going to general legal funds, then you create a legal fund trust. And that way, any legal funds, you just dip into it and whatever. And you have to report how much money is coming in and show I have this much money in the account right now. I've spent this much money. She doesn't do any of that. She just created a fucking GoFundMe and is like, give me money. And yeah, you'll have to trust that these receipts I'm showing you are fucking real. And then give me more money. I need more money. Free speech is on the line there.
Her proof is, I scroll through them. You scroll through shit too really fast, Aiden. I bet I can read every word, right? And I can tell it's all legit. Like all legit. Just from scrolling. Right away. That's it.
Unbelievable.
Okay.
I don't want to get too much into anything that has to do with
that was great. That was the best part. I love that part.
I love that. I was
howling. So let's talk about past representation. Have you did you have that same practice with previous attorneys and law firms where if you were crowdfunded, let's say, I think you said it was around $3,000-ish to sue Turtleboy, did you pay that whole $3,000-ish to a law firm to represent you in that?
Yes.
And then you got a refund, correct?
What?
You raised, I believe previously, correct me if I'm wrong, I asked you about raising money previously to sue Turtleboy.
Right.
And you said you raised approximately $3,000. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Did you take that $3,000 and place the whole $3,000 in an attorney's trust for him to represent you on that lawsuit?
A little bit over it originally. And then what ended up happening was, I got a refund, but it was a little bit wonky in between because there was some question about, adding more. I really don't want to get into all that, but
I don't want to get into that. I don't want to get into all that. I don't want to get into numbers and receipts. And she always brings receipts, but I don't want to get into receipts. So you got $3,000. It was $4,000. And she says she made a trust that she put it in, and then she didn't spend all that money. So she got a refund. So she did pocket it. She's admitting right there. She pocketed it, right? Did I hear that correctly?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, dude, you have any idea what you're saying right now? Again, Kate, You have the option to shut the fuck up. You think you're smarter than everyone else, but you're not. And your buddy Merb, who you think is your friend, is destroying you right now. He is literally fucking, he knew exactly what he was doing going into this. He knows exactly who you are. Go ahead.
I have an interview with him December 3rd, and I'm going to be asking him all about this.
Excellent. I can't wait, because I thought he fucking, a lot of people were like, dude, he's too easy. No. He fucking nailed her. This was a disaster for her.
I did have documentation of that as well as the attorney that I took after the fact. I had documentation.
Did you?
She did say that. She said she spent it on the lawyer for the
Discord with donors. It was a really small thing. It wasn't a public fundraiser. I didn't do it to the public level that I'm doing with Chili now, but you know.
I thought you did a fundraiser. Define the difference between what you did before.
It was a PayPal pool that was just passed around.
It's not a fundraiser because it was PayPal.
When the Discord server was really small, it wasn't something that I was like going up on YouTube and being like, I need to raise this money. We didn't do that.
But you still raised approximately $3,000.
Right.
And how much of your own money did you put in approximately?
I believe it was around $2,500.
No, you did not. She donated $2,500 herself. Look at this. This is when she pretends to be a mom. Watch this.
No worries, kids. So then you spent some of that on the representation, and you got the rest refunded, and that all went in for the criminal defense. Okay. So did you have any closing thoughts or statements that you want to make to round out this hour-long interview?
No. Oh, could I take any questions?
Oh,
appropriate or?
So when I heard her say this, I'm like, that sounds like an invitation. I'm like, dude, you could have walked away at this point. You could have walked away. But you're like, let's get some questions. So I just literally posted the same question. Like the more I would post it, the more Merb was likely to see it, dude. And he asks all my questions. All the questions he asks are from me. Go ahead.
Find some and read them, or.
Yeah, please.
Or do you want to? Oh boy.
Right, I don't think you want
to. Actually, no. Why doesn't everybody at this point, if you want to ask a question, why don't you go ahead? Okay, we got one. Kate, you admitted to forging. Hold on a second. It jumped. Kate, you admitted to forging a federal court document against Turtleboy with YouTube copyright. How can anyone trust you not to forge other documents?
That was my complaint. It's like, so you admitted on this stream that you forged a federal complaint and submitted it to YouTube to try to get a channel taken down and take content that belonged to someone else. And how can we trust anything you say going forward? So we're supposed to believe that your receipts for the law firm are real, but that you did that though. You faked that, but this one's real. But that one was a lie. And listen to this fucking explanation.
Because I
you can trust me now.
Like right off the bat, I had intent.
So she goes, it's what'd you say? Because I admitted it. Well, hold on.
Hold on a second. It jumped. Kate, you admitted to forging a federal court document against Turtleboy with YouTube copyright. How can anyone trust you not to forge other documents?
Well, because I admitted it. Like right off the bat, I had intention.
She admitted it after she got caught. After it was undeniable that you got. Oh, I admitted it after I got caught.
Oh,
yeah.
Could you imagine if like Jeffrey Epstein said, "Oh well, I got caught with pedo island. I admit it.
I admitted it.
So you can be free to go. I won't do it again."
Yeah, my pedo days are over because I got caught the first time. It's like, what?
Dude, this is probably my favorite part coming up. Like
God.
The whole thing, like right at the end, the glory part, because he starts going, you know, I did do some research, and he starts telling her like all the shit she did wrong, and she's like, I don't know. I'll have to look that up because I don't think that's right. And he's like, I'm looking at the document, dude. Like it's right.
Here we go.
Of filing it is what I believe. We want to get into specifics because I know I just pointedly answered that yes, but I had gotten. So Turtleboy had taken a video of mine that was from my new channel, had nothing to do with his.
Nope.
Ripped it, played it without no editing, no transformation whatsoever. It was extremely offensive to me at the time. I was highly emotional still because it was right in the midst of this terrible dissolution of this business relationship, if you want to call it that. So emotions were high anyway. And so he rips the entire video down and I copyright struck it. Would I do that today now? No, because I have a lot thicker skin, but I didn't back then. So I copyright struck it. And it was a legitimate copyright strike. There was nothing transformative about it, right? I wasn't.
It wasn't legitimate.
I can't say that I was doing it,
So question, if it was a legitimate copyright strike, then why did you need to file a fraudulent complaint? It clearly wasn't legitimate, which is why you needed to commit fraud.
Completely devoid of emotion, but it was my video and you fucking stole it. That's what happened.
Nope, it was actually my video.
And so he issues a counterclaim.
Yep.
And the counterclaim, I'm not saying this verbatim, but pretty much was 𝗵𝗵𝗃 was under my employ until at least 30 days ago. Therefore, anything that she produces now also belongs to me.
No, I said that anything that was produced on my channel while she was an employee of me is mine, which it fucking is.
Like fuck you. Fuck you.
What a liar. Like, what a
she videotaped it though, right?
No longer.
Why did you keep your own damn copy of it? Like, didn't she tape this whole thing? Why did you get rid of your copy?
She live streamed it.
Oh,
but she could have downloaded it herself.
Yeah,
she does have a copy. So while during the interim period here it was taking, she did download it and it's still up on her page. So it's up on my page and on her page because she stole it.
With your shitty blog, your YouTube channel can die out on its own now that I don't have my fucking hands on it
Oh
anymore.
yeah, she was the reason. Right.
You don't own me. So I went and I looked for a copyright complaint that had already been filed before because they didn't know how to do it. And I'm like, fuck that. I'm talking to the guys I was working with. I'm going to e-file this. I don't care what it fucking costs.
Notice the sleeves rolled up.
I go ahead and I use it sort of as a template.
Flapping hands.
Oh yeah.
So she's wicked panicky and she doesn't know what to say. She knows she's getting caught.
Yeah, she's a deer in the headlights. And she goes, what'd she say? That she claims that she used the other federal complaint that she passed off as her own as a template. Now, if that was used, but she didn't.
That's hysterical.
Yeah,
like someone who uses templates in the legal world all the time. No, that is not the same, bitch. What are you talking about?
What
Stealing
are you
the
talking
document and just replacing the names?
Right? She acted like that was normal. She's like, oh, it's just a template. No, it's not an MS Word template, bro. Like, you literally stole it off. Like,
Googled a fucking federal complaint and then you just put your name. You inserted your name as the plaintiff of an already existing plaintiff. And then you inserted my name as the defendant. And then, like a fucking moron, you forgot to delete the fucking the CV code, the number, the docket number, which there would not be one, as Merb points out. Just watch.
And so I go ahead and I use it sort of as a template, and I didn't even change the fucking number. I didn't even know to, honestly. It was there, and I submitted it to fucking YouTube, and then promptly was like, yeah, I don't know how to e-file. Fuck it, I already did it. That's just the truth. Was it a shitty thing to do? 100%. Have I done anything like that since? No.
We'll just trust you. Yeah.
Fuck you. Say you own me. It's a good way to trigger me. Say that you fucking own me. So I mean,
so she admits that she was triggered.
Because I readily admit to it. Like when I fuck up, I have absolutely no problem being like, yes, I did this.
After you get caught.
That's why I did that. Decide whether I was justified.
After you get
Sometimes
caught.
I'll admit I wasn't justified. I fucking did it anyway, and I move on. I have no reason to lie about these things.
Oh, okay. So after you get
caught, once I lied.
So
more kids. Watch this.
You guys clean up after your trash.
Yeah, right. See that? See that right there? That's her.
She's all quiet and gentle, talking and shit.
Like,
that's so.
That's
her.
Her.
Like, Mom, what's wrong with you?
Pretending to be like a real mom.
To us? Yeah,
she's like, that's her to be like, oh, we keep a clean house around here. Like, oh yeah,
I know,
it's like
throw up your trash and stuff.
Yeah, it's like, why are you ignoring them? Like, this is what you're doing on your Sunday fucking afternoon instead of spending time with your kids. Is this fucking live stream?
So I just want to clarify. So you pulled this complaint off the internet, and it had a case number in it in the case number slot.
Right.
You didn't type that case number in there.
No, I didn't
type
it
number spot.
I didn't
type it in there.
I didn't. I literally so what I did was I pretty much took the whole thing and then I just entered the name. I wonder if I don't even know if I still have it, but I used it as a template is essentially what I did. And I didn't type in the case number. I didn't type anything other than deleting their facts and putting in my own. It was sloppy. It was dumb.
The reason why I ask is because generally speaking, when you fill out a complaint, you don't put anything in the case number spot.
Right.
So
The
I
court
don't
does
see
that.
why that particular law firm that drafted that particular complaint
No.
would put anything in the complaint.
No.
Case number.
So that's why he brought up the 𝗵𝗶 thing before, is because they are the ones who drafted that complaint. That was a real complaint filed in 2013 by 𝗵𝗶, and she's passing it off as her own. Where'd that go? Okay. Okay. Back to okay. So let's play some more.
It was something that had already been filed. Like
I know.
Yeah.
I know, Kate. I pulled it.
Yeah.
I did my research.
I pulled not only what you had, but I pulled the original.
Right.
I pulled the original.
So I know what both look like.
I know what both look like. Yeah.
And in the original that was filed, this is a point of question, and I apologize for this. I still like you. In the original,
no, you don't.
It was filed. It said case number, and then it was blank.
No, I don't believe that.
Now you could get the case number by going to the top of the document where 𝗵𝗂 puts the case number in there. But you have to ask yourself, Kate. You've been in a lawsuit now. You've seen the 𝗵𝗂 filings. On the initial complaint that Shelley files, there is no case number in the case number spot because you don't have it when you're doing the initial filing.
I will pull it again, but I did not. I can honestly say, right hand to God, did not like personally type that in. I pulled.
Yes, you did.
Something.
So what she did was she went to the real complaint. She copy and pasted the whole thing, and then put it on some type of document herself. And then just where it said the plaintiff's name, she deleted that and wrote her name. And where it said the defendant's name, she deleted that and put her name. And she did that throughout the whole document. And then she forgot to delete the fucking docket number.
No,
and
but
Merb
Merb is saying that he added, or that she added the docket number because the initial complaint wouldn't even have a docket number. And so she's not only did she screw herself over by not changing the docket number, but she literally added it when it's supposed to be just a blank space.
Oh my fucking God.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. He's saying like if you just left that bottom and like
you never would have got caught.
Then no one would have got
Oh my God.
That's what I mean. If you're gonna mess up, you do these fatal errors. Like you just can't do too much fatals.
And look at her face. That's her moment. Like, oh wait, what did I do? Like, dude, you're so retarded, Kate. You're not good at this. You're such a bad fucking criminal. I can't believe it took this long. Dude, the way he just owned her. So for all the people that were messaging me, like he was soft, dude, he destroyed her. He fucking ruined her, and it was beautiful. Beautiful.
It already had a case number in it and just didn't delete it.
Oh, it had a case number in it. Yeah.
Right.
It just didn't have a case number in the case number spot.
To my recollection, it did. Maybe I'm remembering incorrectly. I don't think that I am though. But
yes, Merb's lying. Sure.
No, I honestly used it. I had the intention of filing it, right? So I mean, I certainly would not have had a case number in there at all that I would have put in.
Okay.
He's like, yeah, sure thing.
We don't do documents on this stream, so
he knows that this is
I'm not going to show you what I have.
So okay.
Unless he knows what just happened.
I like off air. I will go back and actually, because that is something that I am fairly confident I'm answering. I'm answering, accurately.
Yeah, totally.
You can see the wheels turning though with that facial
I will
expression.
pull what I have. I'm sure that I have it somewhere because I keep voluminous files of all the shit.
She's thinking to herself, like, not me. I'm the most brilliant person ever. I didn't screw something that up. Not that up. Couldn't have been.
She goes, you hear about her, listen with the word she uses here.
Don't know entirely, so I will pull what I have.
Listen to this whole statement, Aiden.
What?
Just listen to it when you play it. I know what you're going to say.
Yeah, listen.
Because I keep voluminous files.
Voluminous.
I just don't.
A voluminous file? Wait, just like the DCF voluminous files? It's weird that they use that exact same phrasing in her email from DCF.
Oh, that's a good point. Remember that. That's a great fucking point, Deb. Remember
that was the first thing I said, dude. I was like, oh, she said it.
That's a great point. On that email that she has posted on her community page, which she claims she got from DCF, telling her that she is in fact a great mother who should sue me. That one, the word that the DCF worker put in there was that her file was voluminous. That's an interesting observation. I like that. Good stuff.
So
Let's play some more
questions asked.
Yeah. Whatever.
So Nasty Nathaniel wants to know if you'll have a drink with him.
Yeah, anytime.
Anytime.
I tell him that all the time. Yeah. Margaritas he wants.
I know he's
Kate
very
likes
demanding.
Her followers are very stupid, as Brett
He's
pointed
like
out.
a puppy that keeps poking at you whenever you stop petting him. Let's see if we have any other questions in here.
That's a good point too, Suzette.
I'm just going to go down to the bottom. Ask further
this is
questions
me.
if you have it. What's it? No, that's not a question for. Am I flirting with Kate? Absolutely, I'm flirting with Kate.
No, he's not.
You know, you might be Turtleboy, but she looks more like a turtle.
I speak for the whole internet. Haven't you heard?
No one's really asking.
Dude, she looks rugged.
So,
I ask some questions. He takes a couple more of my questions. There's like 3 minutes left.
Her marriage situation.
Yeah, we're going
Are you married?
yeah.
Yes.
Are you married? So they ask about the marriage. Are you married, Kate? Listen to what she says.
Okay. Do you cohabitate with your husband?
I do.
Okay.
No, you don't.
And any follow up on that? I don't know why that's a. Is he okay? Is he okay with me flirting with you?
Yeah. No, he's
Okay.
been in there.
So she's of course married to Stephen Young. The man she lives with is Andrew Johnson. It's not her husband. I was in the comments saying, "What day is your anniversary, Kate? I would like to know that. What day is your anniversary? Tell me what day you got married on. Can you do that? You can't do that because you're not
I
married."
wanted that
to
so
Andrew
bad.
Johnson. Because I want it on record because I have her saying a date earlier. I've saved that one, and I'm quite positive she would say a different date this time around. I'm waiting for her to say it a second time. Please, Kate, tell us your anniversary date because I have it, and you might want to go review the tapes. Think about the other date that you gave for a anniversary because I got that one saved, and I'm waiting for you to say it a second time so we can bring that up. Go ahead.
All right. So I think did you conspire? Hold on a second.
Yeah,
Did you conspire with? I like these. Did you conspire with Irish Demon to secretly record Turtleboy last night?
Did I conspire?
You admitted to
I
it.
drove him there.
Oh, so you?
Is it secret if it's in public and the recording device is visible the whole time? I don't even know.
Yes.
Law, but...
You don't know.
I don't know.
Do you hear what she said there? She admits to driving him there. You're part of the fucking. If what he's saying, if he actually recorded the conversation, then you are doing that. Then yes, absolutely. Then you're the one.
I feel like I'm looking back through the comments because I feel like someone, feel like someone said before in the comments that he had said that he didn't get driven by her. Like Irish Demon refuted it.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, we'll look for that.
And I think that's good. All right. So thank you for coming in. I appreciate everybody for coming in. Do you beat your kids? That's stupid. Oh, so
no, not that.
Not that stupid. Yeah.
Neglect and abuse.
Somebody
goes,
do you know the difference between neglect and abuse? Listen to this.
Intimately.
Okay. Do you believe that there is a different definition in the Massachusetts Code for neglect and abuse?
I know that there is.
How do you know?
How do I know? Because I was involved with the system.
Because I abused my kids.
Way to dodge the questions.
No, neglected
again.
it. Only neglected that.
Oh, I only neglected them.
So, do you think it is somehow excusable to have been neglectful of your children but not abusive?
I think that it is an unnecessary spin to put on the situation. Because as I know you pulled yourself, right? Abuse is non-accidental. It implies, it doesn't even just apply, it requires a certain level of
this is great
willful behavior that was just not involved in my situation with my children over 8 years.
So I did not. So she's like, I didn't abuse my kids. I just neglected them. I just ignored. I didn't feed them. I didn't change their diapers. I didn't fucking do anything with them. I didn't clean the house. I just neglected the shit out of them. But I didn't smack them in the face. I'm a good mom. I'm not that bad. I just neglected the fuck out of them. But it's not abuse. What? This dude, he gave her the rope there. It's like, dude, let's talk about what a shitty mom you are.
So it wasn't willful.
Here comes the fake cry. Watch this.
Going on.
Watch
I
this.
was tremendously mentally ill with absolutely no treatment whatsoever. I could not take care of
she's
myself,
mentally ill.
let alone take care of my children at the time. That's just, and I'm
but
not
she's fixed now.
excusing that. I have to live with that. Nobody else does. But
there comes the fake cry.
Intentionally harmed.
Here we go. Look at her. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
Personal question. You can just tell me to fuck right off if you want to.
Where are the
what
tears?
was your diagnosis?
Post-traumatic stress disorder and depression.
Oh my
God! Does anybody think that's real? Does how retarded are you if you think that's real? Post-traumatic, you have PTSD and depression? Do you, Kate? Yeah, you have mental health issues, but you want us to believe that you're fixed now. Yeah, okay, that's the reason. Nothing is your fault. The neglect and all that, it's not abuse, it's neglect. None of that is your fault because you have mental health. We should feel bad for you, and now you're going to put on the fake tears.
Okay.
Look at her.
The next question is from Squiggly Lines. Were you invited to the Irish Turtle meeting?
Yes.
Who invited you?
Irish.
Oh, we'll find out about that.
So I think that answers it. And all right. So now that's really the end of it. Again, thank you guys for watching. I think.
All right. So that was fucking amazing. Now I go in the comments of that, and everyone's like, Kate's like, that went well. She thinks that went well. She like,
I don't know how she's a fan.
How, like that was a train wreck. That could not have gone any worse. Like, you think that went well? Like, how retarded do you have to be if you think that went well? That was a disaster, a complete and total disaster. So, okay, guys. So it's getting fucking late. So what I'm going to try to do right now is stream. I'm going to click on, I've never done this before, on the local shit for the Q&A. I'm going to start right. Let's see what happens. Okay. So I'm live on locals right now, I think. Can you guys, I'm going to post it in the comments. We're just testing out. You guys, if you click on that link I just sent, can you guys watch me? Can you guys see that?
Do you want us or people in the comments?
Anybody? Oh, in the comments. It'll take a minute or two for people to. I'm seeing if there's any live viewers there. Because if we can't do it, only for supporters, no. Once you limit supporter, no, okay, no. Okay. So anyone should be able to see that. Let me know if you guys can't see it. You can see it? Can you comment, though? If you can't comment, then it's gay. Can someone try to comment and let me know if it works? If not, we'll take the Q&A here. We need to test this. So I just wrote testing there. If you have to pay to chat, that's gay. We're not doing that right now. Because we need to test that. Eventually we'll do that where it's like, if you want to support the blog and pay $7 to go on there, that's your prerogative. But I'm trying to test it out right now. Okay, so you can only comment if you're a paid supporter. So that's going to be a problem. So now we know that that's not working. So I guess we'll just stay here for the Q&A real quick. We'll keep it going on locals. You can watch it there, whatever. But why don't we do a little Q&A here? If you guys have any questions for any of us, and that includes the victim, our friend Lauren here, Lauren number 1, feel free to ask away, okay? And I believe I was just sent screenshots of LG is over in Mr. 𝗵𝗶𝗧𝘂𝗍 there, his stream.
Oh yeah, her latest is that I threatened her life or something because I told her to like screw off, you useless cunt, or something.
It says he threatened my life today personally, LG says. And then she says, but all I want to do is be left alone legit and release his jerk-off videos. Besides that, I want to be left alone. But here's his jerk-off videos. Besides that, just leave me alone. Imagine that. Like, here's some revenge porn. Now leave me alone forever. Yeah, I don't think it's going to work out that way, hun. He said more to come when I asked him, when is enough enough? Oh, enough is enough when there's satisfaction achieved, okay? When there's the same videos of me are out there that are of you too, then we might be somewhere closer to the end, but we'll see. She goes, I'm out on YouTube. I can't anymore. Not in other people's ways. I'm legit done. Love y'all. I know, Brett, but dude, shit he said tonight. What did yeah. And all these simps are in there like, stay strong, LG. Oh no, you're gonna love them, guys. You're gonna, because I've given up on the revenge porn aspect. So once I realize now that like it's completely legal to do that in this state, and I haven't done it yet because, you know, like I don't want to ruin her potentially getting arrested for it. Now that I realize that's probably gonna get arrested, now the fun starts. If you liked my videos, oh, you're gonna love, like hers are so much better, so much better. You're gonna love them, guys. You're gonna love them. Is anyone, you know,
Instagram filter, because she only puts a camera on herself with an Instagram filter.
Oh, Leah.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
She can't take a video whether or not there's a penis in the video or not. She will not take a video without a filter.
There may or may not be some red meat in there. I don't know whose red meat that is.
It is after
it's
the
anonymous. She's having a good time with it. It looks like though, and she gets covered like a Jackson Pollock painting. Let's just put it that way. Okay. Your live is. Oh, thank you. Is this the real Chili? Is that the real delete? I know a lot of people make fake Chili accounts.
No, I don't think so, because I don't know. It might not be, because I felt like someone said earlier you couldn't post or something.
Yeah. And you're goddamn right, Christina.
You are beautiful.
She's a great person too. She's a great person.
Mm-hmm.
She's put up with a whole lot of shit that she in stalking, and she did nothing wrong. Hey, Turtleboy, where can we find the audio of you and Kate's restraining order hearing? Which one is the one where she tried to get it on me? Is that the one you're talking about? I will post
the court and stuff.
Where she what? Where she brought me to court. Okay. I will get that link right now, and complete analysis of 𝗂𝗄𝗄's loss. Let's see. No, I need to get the actual audio. I will. Can somebody search that for me? If you go to the tag 𝗂𝗄𝗄 on TB Daily News, it should, like, you might have to scroll through some. I'll get it. Hold on one sec. I'll get it. And then I'm going to put it in here. The investigating, let's see. Oh, here we go. The top 15 moments from audio transcript of 𝗂𝗄𝗄's defeat in court. Oh, here's the actual audio. I'm going to post the actual, there we go, right there. There you go. That's the link to the stream if you want to do it. I also got a Donos, don't do it, man. If it eats her up more that they ain't out. Well, you know, we'll see. Maybe she releases them. Right. I don't know.
Yeah, LG loves attention.
You know she wants them out.
She showed up, dude. Like, she knows she hasn't been the center of attention, and like she showed up and she goes and she called me slow in the fucking chat. Like I'm like, what is your problem? I was like, I hope you're thriving, LG. And she's like, oh, like I'm like, she hasn't mentioned you in like months, and she's like, well, I know you're slow, but oh really? Oh, cool. Yeah.
And it's like, and with those videos too, it's like
had her picture in the intro today for like
half a second. She wants them released because I'll be honest, she looks great in them. Like she uses that filter fantastically. Okay. And gentlemen, like if you watch the video, like you're gonna like, and that's a weird thing because I'm in it. So it's like, it's going to be a weird thing doing that. But it's phenomenal. It looks like professionally done. Okay. Let's just put it that way. And that's what, okay. Bye, Deb. That's why I think that's why my prediction is she releases it. That's my prediction because she wants that attention. But anybody else have any questions or anything they want to ask?
What is the process for filing once they actually file a lawsuit against you, as far as YouTube and how to proceed? I don't know how.
Is this really Chili? Oh, he's gonna fight Chili. I wouldn't know. I'd talk to an attorney about that. I usually just
talking about the YouTube process.
Oh, you just file a counterclaim. If somebody files a fraudulent thing on you, you have the ability to file a counterclaim, and then it becomes incumbent on the person that filed it to produce a federal complaint, which Kate couldn't do, so she made one up.
And then what did you do to show that the federal complaint was fake for YouTube?
I just Googled the case.
You explained it all to Google, and Google was all like, oh, damn, and then took it down.
Oh, No, that was just a PDF that Kate made on her own. It wasn't on Google. So Kate left the docket number on her fake account. I Googled the docket number and I found the real case. That's all. So Kate just
YouTube complained, and then you countered, and then she submitted the fake document, and YouTube is like, oh, we now agree with her because of the fake document. How did you respond to that?
Oh, I responded and I showed them that this is the actual 2013 complaint. And I sent it into them. I'm like, no, this is fraudulent. Like, her complaint does not exist. This is the real complaint. And they realized I was right and they reinstated it.
Okay.
Good question. Good question. Anybody else have any other questions? She glows in the dark. Let's just put it that way, guys. Very rarely do women glow in the dark. Some do. Okay.
Okay. Glows in the dark. Are there like, can you see the puncture holes?
Puncture holes from what?
From Chewy. She's being chewed on.
Oh, right. Now that she got the chewies on her face got a little chewed up. And then like the arm.
She got chewed up recently.
She got chewed up again. I mean, that's just what she does. She doesn't know how to take care of dogs. So they just keep eating her. So, hey, hit on my PayPal. Yeah. Okay. The Merb's live stream were really insightful. I support Kate. Are there any others like you, the true patriot out there? Are there any other Peter eaters out there who we called you guys that were like interested in Kate and thought she was a decent person, whose eyes have now opened? Now I'm genuinely curious if there's any others out there, because I've seen a lot of comments from people saying like, and that's fine if they're like, I still don't like Turtleboy. I still don't like that motherfucker. But you are a fraud, Kate, and you are a fraud, Shannon. You're a liar, you know? So.
I'm getting messages from people like that, so.
All right, yeah. So, doesn't surprise me. Do you think Irish Demon is the real deal? I do. I mean, I still think he's legit. I think he's.
I mean, I think so.
Yeah, I mean, he seemed decent. He seemed like a good guy. But I've been fooled before. But I just don't believe that he did that. And I think that he is being manipulated and played by them. And hopefully, like a lot of other people, his eyes are now wide open. Hopefully. I mean, it's a tough situation to be in, that you liked these women and you trusted them. And like, holy shit, it's a lot of information to take in at one time. I'm sure it's a little overwhelming for him. So give it time. He can make his own decision.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anybody else have any other questions?
I think he's kind of hot.
Oh, who's hot?
The grown dinklage. Irish Demon.
Oh, you thought Irish Demon was kind of hot?
Kinda, yeah.
Oh, yeah. There you go, Irish Demon. You got a fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be. But would he lose his appeal if he went back with them and became friends with them? Would that?
It was so weird because I went into his Discord and I was like, "Hey, Irish, like Kate is accusing you of committing a felony, just so you know." And all of his fans like attacked me, and I was like, "I'm trying."
Really? Like, that's not a felony.
Help you. What part of this are you not understanding?
Yeah,
I'm
like
nice to you.
Yeah, like we're trying to let you know Kate is accusing you of committing a felony. I know she doesn't think it's a felony because she's stupid, but she is accusing you of that. Maybe you should jump on that. But I think he's just so out of it. He doesn't comment on Discord much. He just fucking traveled the time, distance, whatever. And yeah. So, all right. So did you exchange info? A contact? I mean, just email. We talk via email. So it's not like we could talk on the phone or anything. So, and again, if Kate drove him there, she's in on it, and he actually did that, then she is in on it. Like, it is, you are a participant in, think about this. She's admitting to orchestrating a wiretapping of not only me, but her. The person you have a restraining order on, you orchestrated a wiretapping of her. That would be like if you smacked the shit out of your wife and she got a restraining order on you, and then you hired somebody to befriend her and secretly record her conversations so you could exploit her later. That's what Kate's admitting to. Like, you fucking dumbass.
Oh, yeah, I
she's
talked to
so
my
out of her
attorney
league.
about that.
Oh, really? You talked to your attorney?
Oh, yeah, I did.
What'd she say? Does she think
Don't-
this is a violation? Oh, no, we'll leave it there. We'll leave it there. We'll let Kate think.
Stay tuned.
Kate, everything's fine, Kate. Everything's fine. The interview went great. Things are good. Don't worry. Just keep it up, Kate, please.
Do more interviews. You know what, Kate? This is an open invite for the Lauren Delaguna interview. You are more than welcome to come on my show anytime.
Yep. Keep on talking, baby. Keep on talking.
Maybe Chili will interview her.
Now, what's going on with Ryan Waters?
Oh, he
I'm not gonna.
first.
Oh yeah.
He messaged me right before the show.
I have a criminal complaint hearing with him coming up over the same nonsense Shannon's been talking about, that Irish Demon asked me about like, did you pretend to be Ryan Waters? Like, dude, we're not even going there. Okay. It's been brought up in court 3 times. It's failed every time. That's really all you need to know. So, but thank you, Castle Production. I appreciate that. I mean, it sucks, but it's really nice to have you guys here. Just like a support group. It's just like a gigantic support group of being like, fuck this cunt. There's normal people out there who are decent and are like repulsed by this sort of behavior. It's disgusting. Disgusting. So I am the bane of her existence because I'm the only one that keeps it real and points out what a scam artist she is, baby.
She is the downfall of Kate, though. She literally caused by bringing this against her. Finally standing up for her.
You're right.
Victim, willing to go all the way through the court system to fight it, to actually, because if everybody else went all the way through, then she would have a criminal record by now.
And that is why that's why I wanted Lauren on tonight, just to clarify, because the narrative out there that Kate is spreading is that, oh, you're putting her up to this, blah, blah, blah.
No.
Did I put you up to this, Lauren?
Not at all. No, I did it all by myself.
Why?
The harassment just got ridiculous. It kept happening and wouldn't stop. And then my breaking point was the last video in August.
Yep.
Saying that
So
she
there you
had
go.
someone follow me for 6 months.
Are you being put up to this? Am I making you say this right now?
Nope.
No. Like, so there you go. Believe women. #. All right. So you know what? It's getting pretty late, guys. I'm gonna call it a night. It's been a hell of a stream. We got 300 people here at 12:30 of the fucking morning at this time. So, you know, page views are important. Views are very important. And my 2 kids are upstairs too. So I got that going on for me. Some people don't. All right, guys. We will talk to you guys. We'll see you for the next episode of Turtle Boy Live on Tuesday. We love you all. Peace, Turtle Riders.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.